Well, this is a Carlton first win on emergency stream. 12-6-78 played 10-10-70 at the G tonight. It was a orangey type of hue to the game. So yeah, I'm gonna start going to the game dressed in bellies, just so I don't get noticed anymore. Man, I'm just wiping too many people off me. You know what I mean? Too many mosquitoes now that I got to get rid of. I got to start swatting them away. But it was a much improved performance. I mean, battle of the cellar dwellers, fighting for 12th in this game. So yeah, happy. Essendon will be happy that we've won, and they've gone below us. They get a nice little draft pick there. I thought Charlie Curnow played his best half of footy for about half a year. I thought he was great. I thought Ashton Moyer came to light it up tonight. He's showed a bit of talent there. Who else is there? I mean, there was one kid, number 32, Matt Carroll, who I thought was absolutely, I'm going to say it, and it'll be demonetized after this, fucking brilliant, I thought he was. I thought he was absolutely brilliant. For his 15 touches, he had a massive impact on the game. A few players that went astray, but, you know, you got your usual suspects. Paddy Cripps decided to turn up tonight for a full game, which was great. Marzi Bar wasn't there for a full game. I think we lasted about, how long did we last? About 3 quarters and a half again. Yeah, so I'm going to be bellied up. Next, I'm going to be in cuffs. I'm going to be like that, doing the Dustin Martin celebrations. So to the lady behind me that sat behind me that I've never seen your face in the Carlton and in the Legends Lounge, and I hope you got your $200 worth. And I hope you enjoyed it when I said you should fucking hit May in the fucking head because he's an absolute dog. That May is an absolute dog. But we'll get into that a bit later, and I'll tell you why he's an absolute dog and why our players don't play for each other anymore. I'm not going to end this on a sour note, my little review. But we're going to chuck a few people in here, a few familiar faces, and one that we've done a podcast in the week with Henry and Louis. So we've got a young bagger. Sorry for the language, young bagger, but he's as sick as I am. So here we go. Let's add them all in. Mick Marcucci, the bow check.
Hello.
Well done today on the live stream. Well done. Let's get the young tacker in there. Henry, how are we?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
Yep. Oh, I'm great. I'm always bellied up now. I can't be seen in public anymore. Can't be seen. And we've got Rocco.
The Don.
Here we are. I got to stay bellied up. Do you like I got the orange going. Looks pretty good. Orange finger that I brought to the game today.
Yes. Like it.
It was good. Everyone in the chat, welcome. Welcome to the emergency meeting. There's always an emergency meeting at Carlton, whether it's Carlton related, us related, me related. I don't want to make it about me tonight because I thought there was a few on-field performances that we can grant tonight. I want to keep it strictly on the game tonight, but we'll go off track, I'm assuming. So, yeah. Overall synopsis, should I take the belly on or should I be like bellied up, like so I don't get seen? Because if I get seen, I'm getting knocks at the door soon. So if you hear a knock at the door, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. You wish cuz it wasn't me. I swear to God it wasn't me. But I did see a couple of young Lebanese warriors at the end of the game, and I did ask him, is it the guy in the glasses? And they go, well, that was the guy in the glasses. I swear to God it was him. Like that. I swear to God. I swear on my non-Nor's graves. But yeah, correct. This is perfect. Perfect. This is perfect. I am Melbourne's most wanted. Yes. Start of the year and every Carlton Melbourne game. So yeah. Thank you very much. Stephen May is a dog, but we'll get into that. Anyway, overall synopsis, guys. Well, you know what? We'll start with the young tacker Henry. What did you make of tonight while I take the belly off? You see my ugly head.
Oh, a consistent performance. The first consistent performance we've knocked up in, what's it been? Going on 2 months. It's different to see, but it's a bloody good improvement. It is good step in the right direction for a young group. It was a lot of leaders that stood up, and it's just good to see, mate. Enjoyed it.
I like it. Mick?
Good. I think you summed it up well there. So it's the most consistent performance we've probably seen for some time. I've got some points, positives and negatives. I've written some notes this time. I've come prepared. Do you want me to go into a bit of detail, Miles? Or are you happy for just an overall for now?
We'll just go around and then we'll get in
Yeah,
depth.
look, I think you've hit the nail on the head, and I got that right there. You've consistent is a really good way to sum up the game on an overall or general comment.
We'll go to Zach and then I'll get Bo and Rocco.
Yeah, look, if it was young kids today, that was really what I saw. That was my main focus, win or loss. It was just looking on the young kids, and I thought Matty Carroll, fantastic, absolutely fantastic. He was even taking intercept marks, the young lad. Ashton Moore, of course, just a great game from him again. So yeah, I think it's good. It's good to get not only games into the young kids, but good games, and build the performance from there. So I think that was really a highlight of tonight for me.
I agree, Bo.
I'll go into detail later.
What did you make of it?
No, honestly, I mean, I've said my piece, but like kids showed up. It was just a matter of what can we look at going forward. Are the kids going to turn up against a team like Melbourne who will give us a chance, which they bloody well gave us a chance, didn't they? So they showed up. Everyone said it already. The kids did what they had to do. A couple of the leaders showed up when they had to, and overall, I guess like Mick, Zach, and what was your name? What was it?
Henry.
Good to meet you, man. Overall, a consistent performance, and we didn't shut off. Maybe for a little bit in that was it second term, third term, second term. Second term. That's it, man. I mean, on to next week. Next week's the test. Do we do it again next week or not?
Yeah, who knows?
That's it.
Rocco.
First of all, BOG was Bo with his great performance on the live match. That was fantastic, mate. Refreshing. It was really, really good, bro. You've done a great job. Great job.
Thanks,
so looking forward to
thank you.
Well handled.
The game was to tell you the truth, it was very scrappy. I mean, outside of that last quarter, I mean, it was very scrappy. There were some good moments there. As a Moya, great performance, Carroll. And look, the team stood up in that last quarter, which counted a couple of times. Melbourne come back at them. So all good, but overall, scrappy game, but good to get the win.
I agree. We'll touch on Matt Carroll's game. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he had a great impact on the game, to be honest. With his 15 touches, it felt like he had 30, to be honest.
100%.
It was everywhere.
Taking marks. I mean, how many marks did he have as well? Just the intercept.
Guinness steps. It felt like he was a tall defender.
I thought he had more than 5 marks, to be honest.
Yeah.
Cutting out a lot of danger as well. His anticipation to cut off like some leads and the ball coming in as well I thought he was brilliant tonight. So that's one to catch. It's a good game from him. You know what I mean? Who else is there? You have Frankie Evans. He got his goal. Flinny Young.
Great goal.
He was. Cowan was. I thought he was good, but with his disposal, he's a bit yucky.
Yeah.
But he still cut out a lot of crap. And then we get on to Ashton Moyer, who has earmarked the game, and he took it by the scruff of the neck. 4 straight, beautiful set shot. I don't even know what foot he is anymore. Is he left
Except
or
for that
right?
last one.
Yeah. I wasn't there, man. I wasn't there, so I don't know. Man. I don't know. But I thought Ashton Moyer taught Charlie Curnow how to lead tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spot on.
The doubling back, the double leads, finding space as well. Just a smart footballer. So it's all about.
He was very lively.
I think it's all about the temperament with him. So he just needs to get in the gym again. Another preseason into this kid.
Yeah.
Get a bit of muscle onto him. And mate, he could be genuinely something. He's got that Ugle-Hagen mold, I think. So yeah, I think it's something that we can definitely build into. So hopefully, it doesn't end up like Ugle-Hagen. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So yeah. Well, that was just that's all I'm happy to see at the end of the year. Now it's just these kids and how they come on.
Yeah.
Because the leaders tonight, Now, some led by example, but when I thought there was one point in the game where Flynn Young got his head absolutely severed off by Stephen May.
Oh, yeah.
And no one came in and flew the flag and just he ran straight past the footy. Like, bro, he ran straight past the football. Like, where are your on-field leaders? And someone in that forward line go up to him and smack him. I lost my mind. Ask Rock, I lost my mind for like 3 to 4 minutes.
Probably one of the reasons. No,
it was the reason. It was the reason. I flipped it. I flipped it. Like, bro, this is what I was alluding to on the show in the week is that where is the brotherhood? Like, are you going to kill for your brother? You know what I mean? Not literally, but are you going to go side by side and go, you know, mate, straight in? And again, there's another example. That's another one. And you just earmark it in the book. So, yeah.
Not one person
no
went
one.
in.
No one.
It was absolutely.
And the replay got shown. Sorry, the replay got shown before the goal was kicked. And then when we kicked the goal, no one went up to him.
When you see it back on TV, you'll see Charlie's the only one that actually gives him a shove. But at the time he shoves him, May's actually apologising. So that I'm not defending anybody because I said it in the chat as well. Nobody remonstrated. That's bullshit. But May was apologising and Charlie gave him a push, and then Fogarty gave him a push. That was it, though. That was just a quick shove, and that was it.
Cripps came past
Cripps,
and played. No. Cripps went past and played Mr. Nice Guy, break it up, guys. Doc played the break it up, guys thing. But at the break, that was the chance to go over.
Yes.
And there's no play. You're not interfering. You're not missing anything. At the break, go and give him a couple. Unease them going into the fourth quarter, which we knew was going to be close. Not one again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a time and a place, and that was a time. If the roles were reversed, and that was May would have came in and clobbered someone, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't care?
100%. But it's happened so many times during the season for us anyway.
Yeah.
So I would have got angry if it was like round 1 or round 2, but it's happened so many times.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's just us. That's what we are.
Just show you care. I mean, I don't know. I just for me,
I agree.
It got me angry. Just got me angry because it was a football accident. Lol, he didn't mean it. But he went straight past the football.
Even if it was a football accident,
he left his arm in there.
It doesn't matter. Sorry,
you know what he's doing. He knows.
Even if it was, you still remonstrate. Like,
but he's that type of player.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rocco, mate.
He left his arm in
there. I don't care if it was an accident. I don't care. Man,
he'll
as
go
soon
for
as
it.
your player gets touched, you have to show unity, man. You have to get in there, bro. You got to get in there, man. You got to show that accident or no accident. You don't do that to our brothers, mate. You can't let that pass, man.
It shows signs of weakness as like a group. Not as a player, but as a group. Like it was Frankie Evans that got cleaned up, wasn't it?
Evans.
Yeah,
Evans. Sorry, not clean.
Nose and
yeah. Like, come on, man. Isn't that enough evidence for you to just go up to and just give him a whack? You know the type of player and the character that Stephen May is. It's like when people characterize me, you know I'm loud. 100%, I know I'm loud. But he's a dog, bro. He smacked his own player at Entrecot in an off-season.
What about Gorn as well?
He was bashing teenagers.
What about last week? When Christian Jerry, that was a footballing incident. He didn't mean it. But they all went up to him and whacked him.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you didn't mean it or not. You assert your dominance.
That's just me.
Especially going into the last quarter, like you said, bro. You have to assert your dominance.
I want to know what, Henry, what do you think about something like that when you saw that?
Oh, mate. Well, yeah, I definitely think after the Evans hit that there should have been a little bit of a scrap at least, just to show that you really do care. Yeah, look, you got to have each other's back, don't you? That's really the main thing. If you're in, a team like Carlton especially, you really got to fight for the monogram, and that's backing yourselves up and backing your mates up. That's really all I can say about it. But, yeah, just having each other's back. It's one way to put it.
And it's even for next time. It's even for next time. You got to know that next time, accident or no accident, we're all coming after you if you dare do something to our teammate. That's what it's about, man. You look at the bigger sides, man, and we'll say it again, like Collingwood and that, they would never accepted that. Never.
Imagine May.
These are the little
Imagine
things
Maynard.
mate, they would have killed. They would have gone in. I'm telling you, these are the little things they got to start doing from now on. And this is what our club hasn't got at the moment, and we have to start to get it right, because that makes the difference between winning games and losing games. That's the difference between the 5% and that you need to win games. It's those little things, mate. It's those little things that opposition players have to look over their shoulder every time something's happening, because there's going to be someone there to back you up, yeah? And 100%. Then little people like Evans, mate, they look at the big blokes to protect them. They look at them, man. They've got to know that they've got their back, mate. These are the little things that have got to be shown now from now on. This is what's got to be instilled into the side. By Graham Wright, by Jesus Christ, I don't care. But this sort of stuff has to be now instilled into this team. Like, I would get them into that room now and say, great win. And then I'll look at everyone straight in the eyes and go, next time that ever happens, mate, you better have this kid's back.
Yep.
Right? That's what's got to be instilled, mate.
Yep.
Yeah.
That goes back to what we were saying for the past month, if not at least the last couple of weeks, where we were saying that nobody fears this team.
Nah.
Yep.
You know, when they play us, they don't fear us. When someone comes up against any of our defenders, they don't fear anything. If someone goes and plays on Maynard, they think, fuck, I could get collected today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? We don't have that. Forget the brotherhood for 1 second. We don't have any grunts in the team. And Rocco's 100% right. We need someone to instill it into their body mentality that you go in for that shit. And like whether it was an accident or not, who cares?
That's right.
Because it's going to set an example.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's it. I've seen people fight for less than that.
Yeah.
Like,
Pick first, ask questions later. We'll work out if it's right or wrong later.
Exactly.
But for now, we're going in, mate. We'll work it out later, mate. And then Rocco Mora said, but it won't, Rocco. Let's be real, you know. All right. This is the problem. What do you mean it won't? It has from now on. That's got to be instilled, mate. That's the 1 or 2% that'll get you over the line. Trust me.
I like this one. Wogmum Matula. We are virgins and too nice. Don't forget tonight was Carlton Respects. Hello, Matula. Hope you're well. And this is what I said.
There's some truth to that.
I said it in a tweet. I actually said it in a tweet. I'll read it out to you. Genuinely, I don't care, to be honest, because this is what I think. And this is my initial thoughts. Probably got taken down. No. I said, where's the brotherhood at Carlton FC? Stephen May straight past the footy and not one Carlton player belted the dog. Feminized football club, pathetic. That's what I said. We've been feminized. These players have been feminized. You can see it, mate. You can see it's out on the field. And we're always left gasping for air. I know we won the game, and I'm not taking away like that we won the game, but it's just stuff like that. It sits with me because, again,
subconsciously, when they're sitting in the lead up to this game in rooms hearing stories about abuse and domestic violence and all this sort of stuff, I got no issue with the message at all. But when that's in their brain in the lead up to a game. So when they get that chance to remonstrate, there's a bit of a push and shove, and guys like Cripper and Doc, the leaders, are going, stop. There's got to have been a whisper during the week to say, oi, that's the way you're going to have to play a little bit this weekend. So we make sure that message as a club gets out, that we're actually supporting this whole, no fisticuffy stuff even on the footy ground. So I think it's a problem when we do it too heavily. And you see evidence of it on the ground like tonight.
Yep. My thing is, during the so this morning when they posted the game day, just post, get ready for game day, whatever, they said the caption, big day for our club. Now, look, it is a big day for our club. Every game's a big game. But I don't want to be that guy, but I'm going to have to, because if they're going to make it so easy for us to spot, then someone's got to say it. For Collingwood, you know what they said for the Collingwood game? Game day, GBS, go Blues. That was it.
Yep. But it wasn't a big game, was it?
Come on.
How many
Come
posts
on.
this week? How many posts this week? How many?
I'm happy
I
with the win.
reported it. I reported it
love
during
seeing
the
wins.
week. I said it to Zach.
Where's the priorities at, really, when you think about it?
Yeah, I said it to Zach and I think everybody during the week. I said it was up until yesterday. I think it was 20 plus posts about Carlton Respects.
One against
plus
Carlton
3
Collingwood.
videos, 1 promo video and 2 other videos, and then against Collingwood it was not even we had an AFLW video and not even a rivalry post. No,
the only thing was literally the training video said onto the old enemy. I remember it specifically. Yeah. That was literally it. That was it.
Yeah, that's
amazing. Amazing.
You can see where the priorities are.
Not 100 and how many years of rivalry, no. But today was a big day for our club.
Same time. Look, the win was good, but I'll put it out to you guys now as well, because I'd like to know, because I want to know if you guys felt the same. Right? We won, and by the end of the game, I was already thinking Hawthorn next week. Can we replicate what happened tonight against Hawthorn next week? And I didn't have any winning feeling at the end.
No.
It felt really... I didn't feel gloom. Like, it wasn't all doom and gloom. I was actually happy to see them, what they were doing. It was great, right? And it was so good to see the kids get up and about. That was great. But there was no G up at the end of the game. It just felt like, fuck, we're going to get ripped next week.
Because it means
I feel like collectively we've moved on to bigger picture.
That's the thing. Some don't look at some just look at it week by week, and they'll go get pissed tonight and enjoy it. I can't do that, So, are you guys the same? What's the feeling?
Well, is finals out of the question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then the season, like that win there, I was pumped for the boys that they won. I'm happy for the young kids, and I'm also happy for the young tackers that have watched the game.
Correct.
I actually got to see. I met Amal from the Monday Blues after the game. He came up to me. First time I've actually met him in person. And he had his little son there, and he was like all pumped. And I'm wrapped for those little kids, man.
Yeah.
They get to see something and that. But as far as the bigger picture, what does it mean, To me now, let's see what we do against Hawthorn. But, man, that was a scrappy game. It was scrappy game, mate. We would have been down 5, 6 goals, 7 goals if that was.
It was one of those games where it was close because both of the sides were so they're so poor. Yeah. It was just one of those games. It wasn't close because it was 2 incredible sides going at it. It was just close because of that reason.
I think shout out Iannella as well didn't he compete in the running race or something?
Yeah, he was running, yeah.
What
he was? Did he win this team?
I think he was in some running race. I wasn't
in that race at I think quarter time or half time.
Yeah. You're Johnny Holden. How are you? I'll send you the link, I think.
Yeah, get Johnny on. There you go. Can you put the link in? We'll send it to you.
Johnny was great tonight.
Hey, can I just give a quick shout out? I mean, the captain, I reckon, he struggled a little bit, but he came through in that last quarter. He was good in that last quarter.
That was his best game for nearly the year.
Because he suited his game style, I reckon. Very
scrappy and
not much of a game plan to fall back on. It was just a lot of instinct. See ball, get ball, kick ball, follow it up.
Yeah,
which he did well.
He had no impact for ages. He had like 15 touches, and I felt like he wasn't even in the game. And then
I said at the game, I'm like, has he had a touch? And he had like 15. Dylan's like, he's had 15. I'm like, huh? Where?
That's literally what it was, man. Yeah.
They weren't impactful.
Nah.
But the last quarter.
I tell you. Sorry, I tell you who was impactful. Cozzy. Goodness gracious me.
Far out.
I reckon in the midfield we had a Hewitt kind of with him. Then when he got to the forward line, it was Sard. None of those really worked. None of those matchup worked, especially
you didn't respect
that was what I wanted to ask. Did you think Hewitt was the right matchup? Did anyone here think? Because I definitely didn't think it was.
Well, who would you put on him? Who would you put on him?
That's the hard one. We
had Zach Williams initially.
Could I throw a left field one? Holland.
Yeah.
Honestly, like he's wasting him out the back line anyway. Let him get into the midfield and play a defensive role there. No. Like he's not afraid of anyone. Yep. He would have been good. He's got the speed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't you like it? Like you get Holland, if we can, he's really come on this year. And then you saw what Moya done. I'm liking Carroll now. Some of the younger kids, they need a bit more time, but Mate, we've been crying out for these young kids to come in, and don't say we don't know what we're talking about. Like Moya was one. He's not good enough. He's not doing enough. He's not good enough to get into the seniors. And, you give him you give him a block of games and I'm not saying who knows what he does next week. But, mate, he shows something. He shows something, and Carroll now starting to show something, you know what I mean? Like, man, I'm loving their energy is it's so good, man. That these young kids' energy, I'm loving, man. I'm loving.
So
even
good.
Young and White, they weren't amazing. They didn't light the world on fire, but the run is awesome for them. And look, he kicked his first goal. How good was that celebration, by the way? That actually put a smile on my face.
All right. Yeah. If Charlie Curnow could lay a tackle like that on the opposition player, would be great. I feared him. I thought in the WWE. Good forms. Good.
And Carroll's goal, they really celebrated there.
He loved it off the boot as well. You could tell. It's a good kick. He's been crying out for a good kick. And he's
kick
really
the
good.
goal, youngster. When we seen him, because we're on that side of the ground, when he got the ball, he went, kick the goal, man, and he done it that was good. So see, they're the little moments that
that's all we can take.
They make your day, and they could make a team, mate. Like that's what brings a team together, man. Those little moments by those kids, and you could see someone like Carroll. He's taking on the game. It's almost he's not Carltonized yet. He's taken on the game, mate. And Moya too, you know what I mean? This is what we need, mate.
Yep.
I agree. Yep. Well, give me one second.
It's time to go!
So I'm gonna evict. Wait.
It's time to go!
2 people are getting evicted from here.
Just do it, Mars. Don't.
Chop.
No.
Yes.
We've got a new cast. Let me just swizzle them all around. Sorry, and you go there, Johnny.
Back to the bottom right.
Johnny,
how are you, Mars?
How are you, boys?
I'm good, and welcome, Big Vincenz. How are we, guys?
G'day, boys. How we all going? Geez, you're a brave man, Mars, kicking the future father-in-law out of the
It's got to be done, you know what I mean? It's got to be done sometimes. It's got to be done. I'll get Johnny Holden's overall synopsis of the game first, and then we'll go on to you, Vince.
Tonight was a good night. I really impressed with the kids. They were saying like there was 8 kids with under 50 games. Right. So that was really good to see. I was just on with Terry before, and as I said to him, it was I thought Carroll was probably best on ground. I thought he was cool and calm down the back. He didn't panic under pressure. It's great to see that they're giving these young kids a block of 3 or 4 games to sort of get themselves into the groove and not have to worry about the pressure to perform in week 1 or week 2. They can get in, get the feel of the game, and then show the guys, why they're AFL footballers. So that was really good to see. I agree that we got to play the youth, but in the next breath, I also think we need to have a bit like the Geelong model where they don't play their youth in the first 2 years unless they don't have a choice through injuries and things like that. They let them get used to playing against men, not boys, and that's always good. Yes, you get the freaks like Nick Dacos or Ashcrofts, but when you look at them, they come into a team where they've got the big bodies around them. They've got seniors around them that can help guide them and help nourish them. When we're in a position like we're at the moment, we are struggling for those leaders on field, and you fill up with too many youth, we'll end up going back to Bolton days, and that's the last thing we want to do, where we bring them in too young and just throw them to the wolves. So that's been good. I agree with what one of the guys said before about bringing youth in. When you play in the VFL, you, especially as a forward and sometimes as a backman too, as a forward, you're not getting the ball delivered to you by quality. You 9 times out of 10, you either got another kid delivering it to you, or you've got VFL. Well, they're not even VFL standard guys. They're kids from local areas that come in to play VFL, giving you the ball. Hard to produce something when you're getting the ball delivered to you like that. When you play like an Ashton Moyer plays in the AFL, all of a sudden he's getting the ball delivered to him on a plate, not having to, scrap around for it like it's coming in from a local football kid. So that does make it a little bit easier. On the flip side, you're also getting the best backman that you're going up against. So in one breath, you are getting quality. In the next breath, you're not. Same as down back. You've got guys who are seniors around you, so you can settle in a little bit better, but you're also playing against senior guys and bigger body boys. So, I thought the kids really, really did well tonight. I just don't want them to be just bringing them in for the sake of it. They need to come in when they're ready, not for the sake of it. And, there's a couple of kids that we haven't played, and probably for good reason. They're probably not ready for it just yet. The Camporelli boys, it's their first year in the system. No one expected them to play this year. We all thought at the end of last year, look, don't play them, let them get into the groove, and then maybe a game or two, but that's at most. So I wasn't expecting them to play just yet. But no, I thought tonight was good. They Melbourne are in a similar boat than what we are. The other thing that I know through listening to a lot of coaches and stuff like that is pressure, perceived pressure. When you have an expectation that you're going to be a final side, and we internally they had the expectation that they were going to be top 4, and when that doesn't eventuate, what happens is you tend to put more pressure upon yourself, and as a player, they say that they take it upon themselves to dig themselves out of the hole. So there's more pressure because you're not winning. There's a lot of outside noise, so therefore you're putting more pressure upon yourself to dig the team out of the hole, as opposed to when the side is running on top of the ground, you play your natural game, and the pressure's there, but it's not multiplied like it is when you're losing. So a lot of the senior coaches and players, around on radio and whatnot, when they talk about it, they say you end up going inside yourself and you try to dig not just the team but yourself out of a hole, and which then puts more pressure on you. So you fumble, you miss kick, you do all those silly things that you normally don't do because of this perceived pressure that you have to fix the problem. And as men, I mean, that's one of our biggest problems. I mean, especially with women, like, a woman talks to us and the first thing we want to do is fix their problems. We don't listen to them. We want to fix their problems. So it's in our nature. So as sportsmen, they have this attitude that it's, I'll fix it. I'll do it. Not we as a team. It's I'll do it. And, I just think, look, the boys are in a rough stage. They're in a bad way. The season's over. They know it. They're not stupid. So it's just play it out.
It isn't over, to be honest.
Well, the season's over, but
it's not over.
As far as finals go,
yeah,
as far as finals go, but they can play for pride and they can play for the future, and that's what they did tonight. And the future looks bright. Cowan, Carroll, Ollie, Lord, Young, Moyer, these kids are our future. And I've said it before. We all say, the window's now. I couldn't give a rat's ass if Patrick Cripps played 286 games and never won a final. I couldn't care less. If he gets us to that point, like a Matthew Richardson, where he helps helps guide the next group to win a three-peat or something like that, I don't care who pulls a jumper on and wins a premiership. I don't care. So if Patrick Cripps and Doc and these blokes are helping guide the club into the future, that's all I care about. Is I don't care what player it is that pulls a jumper on to win a premiership. I just care about Carlton Football Club winning a premiership. So there's, if it's so be it. I mean, like superstars of clubs miss finals. Billy Brownless missed them for Geelong and Richo for Richmond. And you're always going to have players that are going to miss finals. And if it's Patrick Cripps, then it's Patrick Cripps. So be it. But I'd love nothing more to see him hold the cup up. Trust me, there's nothing I would love to see more. But if it's not his time, and unfortunately he's not the guy that does it for us, then hopefully it's Carroll and Ollie and the next bloke. So
I'll read out. Well, analyze. Moondog, thank you for the $2.99. Lemmy's form deserves selection. Love the show. Thank you, Moondog. Thank you for the $2.99. What do you make of it? And what do you make of tonight's game, Vince?
These two teams are so similar to each other, it's not funny. It's no surprise that they were 12th versus 13th, and both of their seasons were done in terms of finals campaigns. I agree with the general sentiments about the young players and what they brought to the team tonight, and I think that's very encouraging. But boy, oh boy, both of these clubs need to really shake things up in the off-season. Honestly, we absolutely had the rub of the green with the umpiring, especially in that last quarter. I think we had something like 11 or 12 free kicks to 3. And there was an absolute howler where Durden had forever to get rid of the ball and got tackled and didn't get hold of the ball against him. I thought decisions like that can turn a game. And it was always going to be a typical Carlton, Melbourne, dogfight. It's all about contested ball. Both of the game plans of these two clubs are outdated. They've been overtaken by game plans from other teams where they move the ball far quicker. So it's no surprise to see what used to be two top 4, top 6 teams now sliding to the bottom 6. So, look, I didn't get really enthusiastic about the game at any stage. I thought we might have even thrown it away in the end when they kicked a couple of goals there towards the end to bring it within a couple of points. But, could have gone either way. But good to see Jacob Wiedering return to form. I thought he was clearly the best man on the ground, completely held our defence together. If it wasn't for him, we would have lost that game by at least 4 goals, I reckon.
I think and you can tell every mark he took was more confidence too for him.
Yeah, the Melbourne forward line was dysfunctional. I think Melksham and Van Rooyen only scored 1 goal each, whereas we got, 4 goals out of Moyer and 3 goals out of Charlie. So that makes a huge difference. They had the only functional small forward on the ground, and he was absolutely by a mile the best man on the ground, Cozzy Pickett. And
he's worth 1.7 a year.
Yeah, he kept them in it. I mean, you couldn't pay that guy enough. He's just an excitement machine. I'd actually pay money to go and watch him play. But, look, at the end of the day, we got away with it. Fantastic. We snap our losing streak. We've now got a 5-day break, I think it is, to play Hawthorn next Thursday night. I think they also played today. So, both sides are going to have a 5-day break. But we're interesting to see how the young players stand up against a really good quality side. I wouldn't call them a top 4 side, but I certainly regard them as a top 8 side. So it'll be a good test for us next week. But look, I think Melbourne's got just as many issues in their team as what we've got in ours. And I think that Simon Goodwin should be under just as much pressure as what Michael Voss is, frankly.
I agree.
But the media don't seem to be going after him as much as they're going after Voss. So I think that'll take the pressure off a bit. The pressure valve will have been released a bit tonight. But, I
like this one from Rocco Grasso. Anyone else notice bottom left and top middle drink their water at the same time? Henry, you're loving that drink bottle, huh?
Pretty good,
Bottom
mate.
left and top middle.
Not too bad.
Okay, so that means Johnny
Okay,
Holden
Johnny
and our
Henry.
young tacker. What's his name?
Henry.
Henry.
So we did a podcast.
Henry, how
with
are you,
him
Henry? Good to see you, buddy.
We did a podcast with him earlier in
Good,
the
mate.
week
How are
with
you?
Louis as well.
Very good. All right.
what
Well,
did you-
anyway, that's
I'm on
my
the
that's
water,
my
he's on the
that's
gaffer.
my summary of the game. It really could have gone either way. We're a bit lucky in the end. But
I was going to actually
know,
ask Henry a question.
winners are grinners and losers can please themselves. I suppose.
Ooh.
Agreed. Henry, so what does it mean to you? I mean, like, I know it's a broad question, but, or just obviously you're going to be happy, but, you know, what does this win for you? I know there's not much to play for in the season, but, like, what do you like out of this game?
To be honest, I'm like, I like how we can definitely look into the future with confidence. And that's looking at your Ollie Hollands, Cooper Lord. I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Harry O'Farrell. He's really good.
Yep.
And then you got obviously Matt Carroll, who's just a star at the moment. I wouldn't say it. Last week he had a very ordinary game, and this week he turned it around and definitely had the best game of his life. So, just look into the future, and you know we've got stacks of talent, and obviously Cody Walker coming 2027, Jagger Smith next year. There's a lot to look forward to, and heads up and just keep moving.
Do you want to plug your podcast? You want to give it a plug?
Yeah, so I do a
Give it a
podcast
plug.
with Louis from the Perth Blue Bag Pod, and ours is called Baggers Unfiltered 25. So go and check it out. We film every Sunday, and you know he's a good fella. Here he is. Yes, Henry. Cheers, mate.
Yes, Henry. There it is. The biggest pod.
So
good. We did
we do a good podcast. We enjoy it.
We had a great chat with you young tackers. So I thought it was really good. I think you know your stuff. I know you know your stuff. You're very passionate blue baggers as well, and it's good to see you kids coming through as well. You're bringing through the next crop. So I'm always happy to help kids out, get them out there. I mean, whatever platform we have, but yeah. Apparently, you're the next young Mars. Don't become me. Just be young Henry. Just be young Henry. Okay?
Blow up orange fields
They
together.
couldn't handle another Mars, could they?
Nah, don't, because then you'll be bellied up at games. So yeah, but I'm gonna do something, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not. I'm only sorry to one person here, but I've got a fair few waiting at the moment, and then we'll do a little rotation.
It's time to go!
So Henry, love your work again. Love your work with Louis. Take care, brother. You're out of here. We got one more.
It's time to go!
Johnny.
It's time to go!
This is a hard one here. This is a hard one here. But just for now. Welcome, Andy from the Monday Blues. Welcome, Snapper while he eats his Porto chips. And welcome, Morris. What a crew we have assembled here.
Hey,
now,
Snapper, turn your phone around to the horizontal.
Horizontal, Snapper. Horizontal. We want to see the full Snapper experience. Here we go. Oh. Mate, take it off I think you got portrait lock on.
Yeah.
Anyway, how are we, lads?
Good. What's going on, guys?
Nothing. I don't know. That's a bit balanced up nowadays. Going to Carlton
Good to see you, Andy.
What's happening, mate?
I've got to commend the club. Did you guys have the admin staff walking around level 2 tonight, handing out the words to the club song, to the theme song? Just in case we forgot.
Serious?
No.
Fuck, I thought you were serious.
Can I ask a question for those of you who were at the game? Because I wasn't at the game tonight. Was there really 40,000 people there, or did they count all the virtual seats? The virtual seats that they sold.
He's found it out. That's the loophole. There was genuinely, I reckon, under 30,000. There was 30,000 at max. There was no one there.
Yeah, no, there's no way it was 40.
On the ground and supporters.
Yeah.
There was a late influx, like when the bounce.
Stop capping, bro. Stop capping.
No, I don't believe that was the crowd. No.
On TV, it looked like you had 25,000 there.
Yeah, there were gaps everywhere.
There was 40,000.
There was.
Shut up, Snapper.
There was, bro.
40,000.
There was 40,000. I can tell you right now.
40,000, yeah, because I'm about 40,000 people myself.
Hey, Snapper.
There's no way there was 40,000. You're taking the piss, cuz.
I'm not.
We got told that midweek someone caught you having coffee with Mary in Lygon Street. Is that true?
Bite your tongue. Bite your tongue there now, Snapper. Bite it half off. But what did you make of the young boys? I thought it was good for the young boys tonight. I thought they were really good tonight. So the floor is yours. You can take it away.
Who's this? Who are we going with?
Go, Snapper. Go.
I'll be quick because then you can get someone else to come on because I'm just I just got home. So
no worries.
I said it on SCN probably about 10 minutes ago when I was on. We've been banging the door down to have kids play this season. And Ashton Moy is one of them, and you look what he's done, and you just turn around and you go, well, if it's taken you this long to understand that the future are these kids, then you seriously have an issue with your coaching ability because look what they've done. Look what they've produced. It was unbelievable. Carroll off the halfback was insane. Flynn, amazing. O'Farrell has his moments, but I don't tend to look at the bad things with O'Farrell. I look at the good things because he's still a kid. So I push aside the bad stuff. Cooper Lord, amazing. It was just so good to watch, to sit there and watch him have a crack and get the boys over the line was fantastic. So you can just imagine that, all right, 5 weeks to go now. Play more. Bring in other kids. Give them a crack. You got nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And as I said on SEN, our game style tonight was run and carry, play on at all costs, take the game on. Why now? Why wasn't this done from round one? Like if it's taken you this long to understand that that's the style that you have to play. Well, what the fuck have you been doing for the last 15, 16 weeks?
No pressure.
But anyways, it was a great win. We take it. It feels good to finally get a win again. And we move on to Hawthorn. And look, we're probably going to get belted, but at the same time, who knows? You bring your full 110% effort, you can produce whatever the fuck you want. Anything you want, you can make it happen. This club is unpredictable now. So they could rock up next Thursday night and beat Hawthorn and upset the top 8 and upset their top 4 chances, and even their top 8 chances, depending on how the Bulldogs go next week. But it just hopefully they've got that winning feeling back and they can, with 5 games or 6 games to go, whatever it is, we can grab a few more wins and end the season on a high. So that's what I've got to say about it. Obviously, it just feels great to get the win and it puts a smile on everyone's face. I mean, leaving the G, everyone was happy and I'm like, that's all we ask for. We don't ask for much from this club. Just win games of football. Anyways, I'm off because I'm going to go spend time with the missus.
It's time to go!
See you, Snapper. Get off the field, mate. Get off the field. All right, just before I get your reactions, Andy and Morris, this sick puppy. Mark, how are you?
Another vertical phone.
Yeah, no, I'm just in the car trying to charge my phone, Vincent, guys, because obviously it's about to die. But just got to say, props to Snapper. Just good to obviously see the man obviously happy. And how are you all? What was it, Andy?
Morris.
Morris, is it in the middle there?
Yeah, Mick
Yep.
and Big Vincenz.
And what was the other one?
Mick
Makuchi in the middle.
So who was the one
at
in
the top?
Morris.
Losing him.
This is Mad Dogs. Morris. Technical difficulties with Mad Dogs again. Wrong way.
That's Morris. That's Mick. That's
Went
Morris.
the wrong way.
Where are you pointing?
He's mirrored.
Mad Dogs.
I'm the good-looking one.
Mad, talk again. Nah. He's done it again. He's done it again. This Mad Dog. He's done it again. He's done. I'm gonna have to. Always.
Mars, it's time to go.
It is a time to go. Fix it up, man.
It's time to go.
I can't hear.
Got to buy my power bank.
I can't hear him. Wait up. Let me see if his mic. Let me see his mic. Let me get him back in. Go again. Talk. Open your mouth.
Yes, I did.
There we go.
I did.
All right.
I was trying to work out who's the other one.
Who? Morris in the middle.
I was trying to work out who's the other one. No, the
Anyway,
one up top.
Mick.
Okay, thank you. God, you know, got to get around to everybody, mate. For fuck's sake, mate. Now you're becoming brainless, for fuck's sake.
It's
Anyways, look, I'm just happy for the boys are able to obviously get. Yeah, I was happy for the boys to obviously get a win. We obviously know how grim it's obviously been. Well, really for the last month or so, and obviously for the year. But basically, happy for Moya. 4 goals. Who would have thought of that? Carroll and Young getting their first goals as well. I mean, yeah, it was the young boys kicking half their goals. And if you wanted to just say Moya and Charlie's partnership, well, there's 7 out of 12 there. So we've always had their measure, Melbourne. 4 in a row on them. Literally under 10 points. What more can you ask for?
4 wins in a row now with a combined total of 15 points.
That's right. We've always had their measure, Vince. We've always had their measure, and can't take that away. No one can ever take away the 2023 semi and the last few meetings. And I think, I don't know about you guys, this might be a win that potentially saves the coach's job, because I was actually going through a stat of his win-loss record at the club. Now it's
fucking dreaming.
Stands at 46 wins, a draw, and 43 losses. Hang on, Mars.
Dreaming.
Let me finish, right?
You're dreaming, brother.
I'm not dreaming anything, mate. Maybe you are, but you got to understand.
You're going to go on the pillow tonight.
You're
going to go on the pillow tonight and have a fucking dream that he keeps his job.
Hang on.
He's a bum, bro.
No, I'm having my say, right?
Go.
At the end of the day,
he's a bum. I'm the host.
The numbers don't lie as far as having a win-loss record as coach of over 50%.
Well done.
Right? We'll probably
well
lose the next 2.
Yeah.
We'll probably hang on. We'll probably lose the next 2, most likely. Gold Coast still has to prove themselves as far as for finals. Port's pretty much obviously in the same boat as us. And then you've got Essendon that's literally playing bumbinis, mate. They've only got kids.
And
so
Gold Coast beat Collingwood
my
last
take
week.
is that, you know, if you can hopefully snag another 1 or 2. Beg your pardon?
I think Gold Coast have kind of proven themselves at the moment. There must be a mega delay.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, it's not until they're officially in.
Bro, you're in another world, brother. You're in another world. Michael Voss is going to be coaching Carlton next year.
Yes. Do you think changing another coach is going to help, Muzz?
100%. You seen that game style? It's putrid. It's ugly. Best defensive profile apparently in the league. They drink their own bathwater, brother. Nah, they're garbage. The worst play style in the league. Richmond play better football than us. West Coast do. North Melbourne. Do I keep going?
Nah, Richmond, obviously, Richmond destroyed West Coast tonight. I already know that.
They beat us.
Yeah, but I think you're beating the bush up a little bit as well. Like, I mean,
Beating what bush?
Again, we know that. We know that. But what's it going to solve? We know.
He mutes himself.
Tell
this
me.
bloke. What's it going to solve? It doesn't matter. I want a better play style that accommodates these football
Haven't muted
players.
anything, man.
That accommodates this football club.
And it will happen when we actually look at assistant coaches and other changes in the departments.
Okay. So the assistant coaches
When you have
have
a
the
change of
final say on
assistant
how we play.
coaches, the football department, right? Hang on. They have a solution to also assist onto the coach as well. We understand it's easy to obviously put the blame on Voss. That's the easy fix. We understand that. But at the same time, right, it takes a collective to obviously put in, not just the one person, right? And everyone's obviously entitled to their opinions as such.
I
right?
agree.
But
I
again,
agree.
if we then do it again and you go for Longmire, yeah, sure. He's obviously coached a premiership, but he's also lost his last 4 grand finals by over 10 goals. If and whenever when we ever get there, you don't want to get there. You want to win it, right?
I agree.
But again, that's just my take, though. You know, and everyone's
agree.
obviously entitled to their opinion. But at the same time, we need to have stability, man. We need to have stability.
Yeah. Not with Michael Voss at the helm, I'll tell you that. So good luck.
Can I hear what Andy thinks? Because he's been here for 15 minutes and no one's asked him a question yet.
Please, no. I don't know if he's waiting to explode or.
No. We won. We take the win. I said a couple of weeks ago that all I wanted to see for the rest of the season was us just working on some good habits, take it into next season. Just you don't want to go into next season completely hopeless. So just, you know, and I feel like tonight we took some steps forward in blooding some youth. Ashton Moyer took a big step for his confidence. Matty Carroll, you know, everybody's singing his praises, rightfully so. What a game. He is like, he showed that he could belong long term, you know, not just in and out of the side. We saw what life without Gov and Akers could look like. TDK,
jobbing.
I think he's gone.
Jobbing.
I think his efforts are just. I mean, apart from that mark he took, just
checked out.
He's done. He's got one foot out the door,
He's
and
a ball watcher. Yeah.
And I think, like,
That was
I
worth
really
$5 million.
focused in on him, right? And that's for me like one of the biggest negatives to take out of the game, just his lack of effort. But I don't want to talk about the negatives tonight because I think we're not going to get this. Like, sorry, bro, I don't think we're going to win many more games for the year, if any. I mean, I think Essendon's probably our next realistic win. So I think it's important as a fan base, we do enjoy this, right? It's going to be a long time between drinks, you know, from now to Essendon and then next season. So let's just enjoy it. Let the young boys enjoy it because they took strides, big strides today. And I think what we take out of tonight is there's something there, you know, like it's rough, it's dirty, might need, you know, a bit of polish, a lot of polish, but there's something there, you know, like Snapper said, we screamed out, play some kids, mate, play some kids. And
Rough
I think
diamonds,
Voss has,
Andy.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, it's nice to get some reward for playing the kids. That's you know, because you don't want kids to just play and get smashed every week. That's not going to do their confidence any good. And I feel like Weeders, everybody's going to talk about his defensive efforts. He's a brick wall. We know what Wiedering is. But tonight I saw him protect some of the younger players. Not
heard me. Must have heard me.
Not physically going in and pushing people, but just backing them up. Talking to them. I saw he was a leader tonight.
Yeah.
So
agree.
Positives. We build these little positive things. We just need specks of positive, and we're fucking good, man. Next year we can approach 26 and be like, you know what? There's something there. Maybe there's something next year. So with the changes that are coming, who knows? So that's for me. I'm looking at the positives, and I'm wrapped for the young boys that played well. I feel like, again, Matty Carroll became a man tonight. Ashton Moyer became a man tonight. Lockie Cowan became a man tonight. And Ollie Hollins became a leader tonight. And I genuinely believe that he will be our next captain. I wholeheartedly believe Ollie Hollins should be our next captain. That's what I took out of tonight. Yeah, I see it, mate. He's got something about him,
Heart and soul, it's called.
Yeah, I hate the term heart and soul. I fucking hate it because we should all have it. You wear that monogram, heart and soul is a non-negotiable for me.
Yeah, but he's someone that does display that. One of probably
you're right. Absolutely.
3 or 4 of them at the most.
Correct, Vince. Yeah, absolutely. And I just saw a couple off-ball things where he would, he'd walk up to O'Farrell, who also, took his chances, took his moments. But he walked up to O'Farrell. He said a few things. He pointed, to the ground. And we don't see that from our leaders, but we're seeing it from a 21-year-old. Like,
mate, there was one instance where Lockie Cowan, I thought he was great aerially. Disposal was sometimes a bit left to be wanted, to be desired, but that's fine. That's fine by him. But there was one instance where it was Ollie Hollins. So we were about 60 or 70 out, right, hard up on the boundary line, and Ollie Hollins screaming for the ball at him, like hands out, screaming. And I'm going, go inside, go back to Ollie Hollins, because it opens up the angles and you can work with it more. That kick, right, from 70 out. Anyway, Cowan goes long, and I'm like, oh my God, turn the ball over, right? Comes back, and Ollie Hollins goes to Cowan. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? Mate, look inside. I'm there. Didn't look at him, goes back the other way. So I agree. I attest to that point that I reckon he can be the next captain. Not yet, because he's still young. You still want him to.
Yeah.
I agree. But you just want him to keep playing his football with no pressure. Maybe doesn't feel the pressure with being a captain, but yeah, he's definitely got those traits and the qualities to really to be that leader. I reckon he is too. I've loved him from day one. He's a trendsetter. He sets a tone, and he can lead by example with those kids under his wing. I mean, being a kid, but having those kids under his wing it's good to see. It's really good to see. He's teaching our leaders what they should do, to be honest.
Exactly.
So, yeah,
his instruction to Cowan like that. Do you ever see Cripps doing that?
No, never see it. You never see it. And it's not being like, you're not demonstrative or anything like that. And it's just saying, mate, I'm in there. Have a look inside. It does. Sometimes we can go another way. Sometimes there's only one kick, and you know what? Just kick it long and whatever. But more often than not, there's always the option that's presented. And we just, I don't know. Ollie Hollins he's got a different vision of the game. And maybe playing at halfback has taught him that there are other options on the ground other than, being on the wing and you're just V-lining up. All you're doing is just V-lining up and down, and you just solely focus on just bombing it up, because that's our game plan. So him, I reckon he definitely captain material. So Morris,
and in regards to Ollie, you go back to his second year when everyone started turning on him that
whipping boy.
Yeah, whipping boy, this and that. And, like me and Andy used to have, so many discussions where I would, blatantly turn around to Andy and say, but if you actually look at him, he's actually he'll turn it over, but he wants to do the right thing in look for the impossible kick and find the corridor. Okay. And because he's under pressure and the team wasn't used to him finding the corridor, he'd bring more pressure onto him. And that takes kahunas to play the hard way and not take the easy road, right? Even tonight's game, for me, I felt Lockie Cowan was best on ground. I thought from the get-go, he just set an example and he kind of fired up the rest of the backmen. Set an example. Tonight's our night for us back six to shine. I'm with what Andy's saying, that tonight's a night to celebrate, and there's going to be few and far between. But on one negative that I do want to point out, two things that I noticed tonight, right? So I've been very critical of Charlie Curnow for about a year and a half now, all right? We all know that he's a superstar when he wants to be, okay? So with Charlie, a lot of it's above his shoulders. So we've been calling his will and go. Why does he do it? He's got a success rate of less than 30% for his whole career. And we all say to him, why? Well, tonight you saw in the last quarter, from 55 out, why he should never will and go.
He did it in the second quarter or the first quarter, I think, off the side of his foot.
Yeah, he really rushed it.
But in the last
first
quarter, game on the line.
First quarter.
Yeah, but the last quarter, game on the line, 55 out, goalpost tie, goal. That's the Charlie Curnow that we know. And the other negative, and then I'll move on to the positives and that. I reckon tonight reinforced, and I don't know. I kind of called it start of the year as well too. I reckon Adam Saad. I reckon he's cooked. He's done. Yeah. And Matty Carroll. That's your position, mate. And O'Farrell. Really liking the kid.
You can take McGovern.
I like O'Farrell from in the twos. And the one thing that stood out watching him in the twos, he's got a nice set of hands aerially. And you just think next year, if we look to 2026, can we afford to go Wiedering, Haynes, Newman hopefully can come back, and you go the likes of O'Farrell, Cowan, Carroll, and Dean.
What about Silvani?
I think they'll go with the experienced backs first before because O'Farrell's in there. He's a bit because he needs to be in there. Silvani's down, McGovern's down, Newman's down. So I think exposing young kids is good, but how long can you hold? Their form will drop off. It'll waver. You know what I mean? So go.
But some kids can play from get-go, yeah.
I agree, but you're always going to have a dip in form, just like anybody. But they can dip right off and fast too, because they're tired bodies. They're physically capable, but are they ready to play for 120 minutes week after week? In some games you're getting flogged around. It's an absolute slog. So there's a way to do it. I mean, right now we're looking to the kids, and they played very well tonight. But are they going to show that if they played the same team next week, are they going to give the same effort against Hawthorn, where they're going to be in your face, 120 minutes? They've got something to play for. We don't really. We just got to play for the monogram, So kind of, I feel it outweighs, and they'll get got. and they'll get overrun.
And that kind of leads into being headstrong as well too. And look, destiny's in their hands. Like if you're an O'Farrell, if you're a Carroll now, if you're a Moya, a Flynn Young, you got to hit the track hard, and you've got to have a massive pre-season.
Agreed.
You've got to tick all the boxes. If there's a new coach coming in, are you going to be seen upon as, hey, you know what, something to work with here, or are you going to be put on the back burner where we're going to, develop you, into the twos, and you have your turn, like with what Geelong did with Neil.
Sorry, Morris. Sorry, bro. I'm going to cut you off just quickly because I don't want to forget what I'm about to say. Do you have faith in our culture that there will be that competition from within the club, within the team?
Right now, no.
No. And can I tell you why? I haven't had enough time, but I've been meaning to listen to, and you all know that
I know the potty,
a massive advocate of Andrew Russell, right? So tonight, someone gave me a little insight of what he was talking about, and apparently little things like going in at half time, in the prelim in 2023, that the boys were happy, where they gave up a 5-goal lead to, I think we were only up by a few points at half time, and they were all happy. Whereas
No, Morris, wrong. Quite the contrary. He said the feeling in the rooms was like they were 10 goals down. In other words, what he was saying is that they dropped their bundle. Because they had the 5-goal start and Brisbane had caught up by half time, they felt like, fuck, they've caught up with us already. We're gone. And that's what he was saying, is that they felt like the game was already shot to pieces and that they were like 10 goals down. That's what he was saying. And the other thing he said,
yeah, that's a nice cut out, that one.
When we actually lost that game, and this really feeds into sorry, boys.
Yeah, go.
Sorry, guys. I think I might have just had a bit of a internet blackout there.
Go on.
The other thing he said was that at the end of the game, he could not believe it. He said every other club I've been to where we've lost a preliminary final, they go off the ground and it's all doom and gloom and, we missed an opportunity to get into the big one. He said at Carlton, they all got clapped off. They got clapped off the ground. He said, in a way I can understand it because of where we were halfway through the season, and then we had that 9-game winning streak and we went on this massive ride together. He said, but I could not fathom getting clapped off the ground after you've just lost a preliminary final. And I think that says a lot about the fan base now and how satisfied they are with, that was a great effort, but, even though we lost, we're happy.
I think
you can't go too dramatically one way or too dramatically the other way. So if it was, what you said, Morris, let's say, for example, a team is over the moon and content at halftime, or if they're not, you can't go too dramatic because then the feeling I feel like would just overweigh, what you're trying to execute. So that's what I think. I mean, just overall, we've just got to have some sort of consistency. And I've said this for a while. I feel like our inconsistencies, when you look at from 2022, 23, 24, our inconsistencies stem from what happens in the game, then what happens in the quarter, then what happens for the game, then what happens for a stretch of 6 games. I feel like you can keep and you can grow where the inconsistencies are, if that makes sense. So I think to limit those, I think, to what a lot of us have said today, we've limited our inconsistencies. I thought, there wasn't really a point in the game where Melbourne were incredible, maybe the start of that fourth, and there wasn't a point in the game where we were, so good and then low for a bit. So I feel like, just to manage the kind of, peaks and valleys, I think was really good.
I agree. Take it for the $5, Oz. I went to the game last night because we were in the midnight hours. I just had a feeling during the start of the fourth quarter that we were going to win against Melbourne. I mean, I wish I could have seen the last quarter, but yeah, it's all
To
good.
be honest,
sorry.
you know how we had that 4-game losing streak at the start of the season, and then all of a sudden it was like, oh, thank God we're playing West Coast.
Yeah.
I think it was in Adelaide. And it was like, oh, if ever you wanted to play a team to break your losing streak, that was it. Well, I felt after the last 4 games we've lost that we played the ideal team to play tonight.
Yeah,
which really is going through very similar troubles to ourselves. And we always, match up together in these really close contests, and we seem to be able to get over the line against them every time.
But is that because Melbourne aren't a quick side either?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
very
struggling
similar
in a
football.
very similar way to what we are. Very, very similar problems.
Mm.
I mean,
I want to
does it
raise
surprise you
someone.
that both teams were 6 wins and 11 losses going into tonight and separated by about 3%? I mean, 12th versus 13th separated by 3%. It basically tells you everything.
Yeah.
Both teams have been miserable failures this year.
I want to highlight Adam Chera. I just feel like in a game where we saw a lot of young kids, with X Factor, your Moyes, your Carrolls, really try to play that game up hard. You could see that maybe they're not going to have 20 possessions. I'll have maybe 15, but they're going to be, your 4 goals or your marks. Or impactful, exactly. I just feel like Chera, ever since he's been at Carlton, maybe except for that little patch in 23 when the whole club was up and about, I just feel like this season, even tonight especially, I just didn't feel like he was that special. 20 disposals again. I just want to get your, everyone here's points of view on him as a whole. Because me personally, I just don't feel that he is a player that you can bookmark as a top 5 or a bottom 5. I just think he's just a real 5 out of 10. And I want to see more from him.
There's a few times that I noticed Chera tonight. One thing that I don't know, maybe tonight you've got to give him a little bit of an out because he did go the tag on Petrarca. So,
yeah.
So that could have been, like instructions in regards to wherever he goes, don't go find the footy, you stay on Petrarca. And that might be Voss trying to, nullify what happened last year with Petrarca kicking 6.
Yeah, but what is that his role? Is that
that's what I'm going to say. Like, I agree with you, Morris, but I feel like
is that his role? I
we've got
understand.
a play here that was billed as
a
good kick. Yeah,
but then you might look at it like next week, right? Voss might say to Charlie, "Hey, you know what? Tonight you're going to be a decoy." His role's to kick goals, right?
I get that, but
for the team, sometimes you got to go, out of your comfort zone, and you got to do that team thing.
Because it's the thing about standards.
That's negative. It's negative football.
Yeah. What do you guys think what do you guys think he's on? Roughly.
What?
Who?
Chera.
I don't care.
Be between
bought in to be a winner.
6 and 8, I reckon.
Yeah, 100%. No. I get it. Okay, so if he's like for me, I look at.
I'm going to say 700. 700.
Yeah. If we're paying Adam Chera 700, fuck him off now.
Yeah.
Because he's not a 700.
Because I've seen a midfield.
He's a nice player, right? He's a nice player that's going to get his 20, 25 on a good day. But he's not going to, like someone used the word impactful before. He's not impactful. Yeah. He hasn't been impactful for 2 years now. If you're paying $700K to someone who's just a good player, then you're wasting your money because you can get someone for $350 who's going to get you 20 touches.
Who?
I'm just saying, bro. I'm sure you can.
Cooper Lord can give you 20 and give you at least 12 or 13 positions that are more damaging.
I was actually going to say, yeah. I was just going to say, guys, I was literally about to mention about Cooper Lord.
I thought he was all right today. I thought he did his job again, and he's doing his job at a really young age. I think, very, very early 20s. Compared to Chera, who's, I wouldn't say mature age, but, he's not a young tacker anymore by any stretch of the imagination. I just feel like we could be getting a little bit more out of him, not only for what we paid out of him, but just because he's in the midfield, and the midfield is obviously a big focal point of our game. You know, I just feel like, you know,
But
I feel like he could give a little bit more.
Chera said he was there to make friends. Do you remember that?
Oh.
Paying a bloke 700 grand to make friends, bro. We're here to fucking try to win flags.
Exactly.
Fuck friends, bro. Fuck friends.
I get that, Andy. But
nah, bro.
But
This is culture.
But did you hear what your
culture?
But did you hear what your captain said as well too?
Brother.
And that's the captain.
Yeah, I get that, but this is what I mean, bro. You're paying these people. Sorry, almost. You're paying these people $700K, $1 million, bro. Your culture is supposed to derive from these players, but they're not. And if this is the culture that we're paying $700K for, that he's there just to have a good time and make friends, bro. Could you imagine
go to a fucking Drake concert or a Kendrick Lamar concert and make some friends, bro?
Brother,
like,
could you
off,
imagine? Could you imagine someone on $300K at Hawthorn right now? Who they're just scraping in the 8. They're not doing anything special right now. Could you imagine one of them $300,000 players coming out in an interview and saying, "I'm just here to make friends. I love making friends."
Imagine
our
Mitchell.
Our culture, bro. We've got bitch culture at Carlton. That's all we are, bro. We're here just to fucking cruise along, be as nice as possible, be as marketable as possible, and we tick those KPIs and we're all good. But bro, the average fan, the average fan is slowly starting to see the club and the culture for what it is, and what it is a cesspool of toxic positivity. I'll call it toxic positivity, right? It's this fake positivity that you put out into the universe, right? To make everyone think that everything's all good and we're nice and we're fluffy and we're fucking gorgeous. Bro, this club has been fucking spiraling since halfway through last year, bro. We have been fucking spiraling, bro. I understand. But with this team, halfway through last year, and nobody has taken account of. But I'm just gonna fucking lose it. Sorry, bro.
No. It's so true.
I'm loving it, Andy.
I'm loving it, man.
Am I crashing out? Hell yeah, I'm crashing out. But I'm locked in.
I'm crashing out. Bro, I'm fucking sick of losing. I'm sick of losing, and these motherfuckers coming out and saying that it's bro. When he said that I'm here to make friends, I'm happy to make friends, and you got Harry Mackay, who's on probably fucking $1 million, saying that we're in no rush. Saying that we're in no rush. I'm in no rush, and it doesn't define us, bro. What kind of fucking culture is that?
And this is the thing. This is what I'm saying. I feel like the standards have to be raised, not just on the field, but off the field too, when it comes to the big picture. The standards 100%. For a guy like Chera, I know it's only one game, but when you've seen what an Ashton Moore can do, really impact the game, be a dangerous player, and be a player that the opposition is now going to think, oh shit, we've got to try and stop him. You're not going to really think that about a guy like Chera, and especially when you're paying so much for him and a first round pick, which was an early. I think it was within the 10s. It was, I think, pick 8 or pick 9 or something like that.
6.
There you go. So that's the thing. That's what I feel personally. For what you've paid.
I'm telling you right now. Sorry to cut you off, Zach.
No.
I'm telling you, I reckon there could be a shock trade. I'm just going to put it out there that we put up Adam Chera for trade.
And I'd be happy to.
Would you care if he gets traded? I'll ask everyone. Would you care?
No. I'll help him pack his bags.
He doesn't impact the game. He doesn't help the opposition.
Guys, could I also just say, sorry, guys. Hello? Mars.
Go, brother. Go.
Mars.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, no, just to relate on to your point there, Andy, and everyone, like, obviously you've been very adamant. You've been very adamant about the culture and obviously of all that. I actually was just recently on the fan cams before to Terry and actually mentioned of a couple of players that we should really try to look at, whether this happens or not, but I just want to get what everyone's thoughts are. Guys like Luke Bruce and Mitch Duncan are obviously on the verge of retirement, right? But this reminds me of what Brisbane did with Luke Hodge when basically he retired and then they gave him Brisbane gave him a lifeline for 2 years just to obviously bringing his knowledge and experience of what a winning standard culture would look like. And I was just wondering what everyone's thoughts are. Graham Wright was obviously under with Hawthorn for a good 10 years, and obviously Bruce has been a part of that success. And considering that us as the only club and to the filth of Essendon that don't have any premiership players in the team, what would be the approach if we, let's say, get a Bruce and a Duncan, even if it's just for a year, not to obviously take young players as positions, but more to instill stability and proper standards of what a winning culture looks like, considering that
everyone knows my sentiment.
We've said this for a while.
We need premiership experience on the field. We need it in abundance, to be honest. 2 or 3 players.
Do you know
But
what?
we've
Though?
also
You just have to raise the standards everywhere.
We've also said that they need to be the right player. Like, I've always loved Mitch Duncan from when he was a kid, but I highly believe that his body's broken down, and we can't afford to go down that venture and not have it as a success.
Would you bring in Bailey Fritz?
It's a kid.
Yep.
Yeah, I would. But
For the right price.
I'd go
For the right price.
Yeah, of course.
All right, put it this way, Andy. Would you trade out Adam Chera and take Bailey Fritz on 700-800?
But how much do you think you're going to have to pay Fritz, Andy?
No, I know we're going to have to pay overs.
Would you do that?
I understand
I would do that.
But
I would
that's
do
what these players.
Put it this way: if Fritz is on the same money as Chera, in a heartbeat.
I just think by throwing money around.
But you're just paying that contract. You're just offsetting.
So, like, if he's coming for the right reasons, absolutely.
Yeah,
but if they're just coming for the paycheck, bro, you're just going to get Adam Chera 2.0.
Exactly. In the forward line. That's it.
So that's my main concern. Like, I love the idea of bringing in an experienced or a couple, 2 or 3 maybe experienced players just for that level-headedness. But as Morris said, that it has to be not just kind of like a coaching or a leadership thing, but they need to actually provide output as well on field if they're coming. So if they're not capable of playing 16 games, then what are we doing, bro? We're just throwing out contracts to old people. You know what I mean?
No, I agree. We're conjuring up a few players. Yeah. Like, you got Fritsch, probably not a leader, but knows how to win and can add something to the forward line. You got McIntosh, who can probably replace Akers, and he'd be a cheap guy. Right? And he's got plenty of football left, I reckon. Then you got Duncan. The only issues, as we said before, is the injuries and if he can keep his body right. And then, to Morris's point when he was on the show, Dane Rampy or a Jake Lloyd. And they can replace that Doherty mold as well. With their leadership. And then I thought maybe, I don't know, but I think he's cooked, is a Cam Guthrie.
Yeah. Hey, I like it.
Yeah.
Again, I just think it's about us finally becoming responsible with our contracts and money as well. So I think that's super important for building culture. You can't just have players coming in, paying them whatever they want, just to get them through the door. Nah, bro, that kills your culture. And I think with people like Ollie Hollins,
what about Lever?
I like it, but do you reckon it'd be? Is that like just cap? Is that cap? Is that cap though?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, who knows?
But you get Lever. Lever's going to demand coin.
Depends.
700-800.
And is he really that leader that we need?
You don't want to be expending money on, as we always say. He's an intercept player. You got O'Farrell now, Cowan that can do the job just as good.
This is why we're talking about impact. Yeah. Has
Vince,
to be someone that's got impact.
I think last year we missed the boat on Luke Parker.
Mate, don't get me
started on Luke Parker.
But the reason being, the area that we fall down in the most is the forward line.
Half forward. And he can play. He's a pinch hit. He can play between half forward and the midfield. And he gives you good minutes easy. And he's as you see him at North Melbourne, he's got a will to win still. And what's he there for? He wants to help breed the next, the Uniacke's. They need help in that midfield. the McKirches. You know, I'm sure he's pulling those players aside and going, "Yep, you do the good things well, but then the bad things you clean it up." So I think, mate, I was so ropeable that we didn't get him, or even a Liam Shields, even at the back. He would have cost you next to nothing.
Pretty much.
He's he could be. He's like a jobber in that Hawthorn team, but he was a fucking good jobber. Like, how many flags did he win? You know what I mean? I know he hasn't played a game or whatever this year, but is he retired now? Isn't he? Yeah. So I don't know. For me, they lack on-field experience, and I think our leaders lack experience too. Mate, the young kids are the leaders now, which it's frightening in a way. To be honest, it's a bit frightening for me.
We've gone from the generation of that 2015 draft to now. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like I look at Cripps and I just go, like, love you as a player. He's on my wall. Fuck, he's on my wall. You know, we all love him. I'm like, are you really, setting the trend for these youngsters? Are you really? Like, even the Cherries, you brought him in. Like, what have you bought? What have you bought to this club?
The thing is, when other teams spend that kind of coin on a player, it's a cherry on the top, but it's a good cherry. It's someone who's going to really impact the team. I don't think he's really done that much, especially for a team that was crying out for a good ball user in the midfield, which we don't really have, in my opinion. Maybe Elijah Hollands, but then again, I mean,
well, he's done.
And I'm not supporting Cherry here, so don't.
No.
Don't get
I
me.
want to support him, mate. Like, seriously, I want better from him.
I get what you're saying fully.
But what I'm saying, when we brought Cherry into the side, he was really brought into the side to be that outside mid.
Of course.
That, finished off, right? When you look at it this year, he's in the guts. Like, our midfield's only Cripps, Cherry, Hewitt at the moment.
Yeah,
they're your three, and then you've got your, you've had Elijah in there for 2 games, and Motlop and Moya have gone in.
Lord, yeah.
So with
do you reckon, guys, we missed the boat on Petrarca with Mackay?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
nah,
fucking oath.
Nah.
I love Petrarca. Comes a star.
No.
You wouldn't have traded.
Near impossible though.
No. I said it. I said it then and there. Like, absolutely not.
But what are you getting out of Harry, bro?
What do you mean?
What have you got out of Harry this season?
Did you know you were going to do that? Did you know? What? But even Melbourne.
But what do you mean, did I know?
No one knew that you were going to get this out of Harry.
Yeah, but we needed a match winner in the middle.
That X factor. Yeah.
Yeah, but he hasn't been that at Melbourne either.
What do you mean?
And
Petrarca.
Petrarca hasn't had that much of a good season.
All right, fuck yeah, but if you put him in
a team, he's coming off an injury.
Put him in a team with Cripps. Put him in a team with George Hewitt.
Mate, he's got Vine. They got a great midfield.
They do.
Melbourne.
They do have a good midfield.
Bro, Oliver's been on the fucking pipe for fucking 5 years.
He's been smashing bags for 4 years.
Bro, Viney's not your fucking class. Viney's not class. Viney's your crash. Viney's your Matty Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that feeds the ball. So
Petrarca's
doesn't
the
have to go
inside
in.
as well, though.
I understand that, but he gets a lot of his ball on the outside.
I just think we had our chance and we fucked it. The same way we fucked everything else. I just think this is something we fucked it with. What's his name? The bloke that's at Houston, Dan Houston.
Houston.
We fucking shat the bed on that. We shat the bed on the Petrarca deal. We shat the bed with fucking Canelio. But I'm talking about like just this last fucking draft. We shat the bed with giving Hawthorn our fucking first pick for this year. We shut the bed, and some of it wasn't in our control, absolutely. But fuck, bro, we have just fucked ourselves like you wouldn't believe, man.
But
we're in a position. We're just so irrelevant at the moment. I feel.
Andy,
40K on Saturday night.
What'd you say, bro? What'd you say? What?
No, go Morris. Go Morris.
Oh no, I didn't know who you were talking to. Go.
Oh no, I was just saying, like, I just feel like we're in a place right now. We're not like bottom 4, and we're not nowhere near top 4. But I feel like we're just in a place where it's just irrelevant, which is the worst place to be.
You're in no
You're
man's land.
40K there on a Saturday night. We're talking about your again. I just feel like we're really, really just in a relevant position, which is not where you want to be.
We're in purgatory.
Yeah.
Anyway, boys, I've got to love yous and leave yous. I have to go to church tomorrow. So,
thanks,
good
Carlton.
Christian boy.
Oh,
Yeah, same. I got to go as well.
It's time to go!
All right.
Have a good one, boys.
See you. Thank you, boys. Thank you.
See you, Andy.
Take care, man.
I just think with
There he
McKay,
is.
Rocco,
He's
All
back.
right, guys.
how are you?
I wish you didn't take off.
Who,
The
Andy?
Mad Dogs.
Nah, he went.
I wanted to ask him something.
You're gonna ask him the special question, weren't you?
No, I was just going to ask him seriously. Like, don't all get fooled by
One
today's
fake
game
win.
that we beat
That's
Melbourne,
right.
and
Correct.
all of a sudden, Voss is the super coach. Because I was going to ask him, what did you see today in the game plan that made you change your mind? Was it really for 3 quarters? That was a scrappy game.
Yeah.
It was a scrappy and I actually wrote it in our chat. I wrote, while Bo was doing the thing, I was going, what am I watching here? Right?
You don't know what you watch every week.
I didn't really know what to make of it either.
And it was the same. It was just the 2 orders. So what did I see Voss do today that made me think, oh, wait a sec, maybe he's got something? Nothing. And in that last quarter, they scrapped and pushed, and we had a couple of good moments. Carroll kicks a goal. Curnow kicks that goal. We had a couple of good moments, and we hit the front. But don't tell me all of a sudden Voss is the man. Like, he's got to do a lot more than that before I get convinced that he's the bloke for next year. Like, seriously, I reckon we got some good talent in there, some young kids and that. But
and that's what you make of the game is the kids. That's what you get out of it. The game plan was exactly the same as the other weeks. We just
seems to work today because the nature of it.
We just match up well.
If we had lost tonight, right, which we could have easily have lost, but they hit the front, right, you would have just said same shit. But we played 15 minutes of football at the end, which I'm very, very, I was happy with. I was impressed with some of the things, their will to win. Melbourne did a lot of mistakes in that last 5 or 6 minutes. They panicked. They kicked the ball out of nowhere. They were giving away free kicks. I reckon we got a couple of lucky free kicks too there.
A lot of highs, yeah.
So, don't get me wrong. I'm happy that we won. I'm happy for the young kids, but let's everyone just calm down. It was a win, but it didn't change my thoughts on next year. No way.
Nah.
But even on that, Rocco, like we can't get blindsided by the fact of thinking, oh, Moya kicked 4 goals tonight. Oh, next week, the kid's going to have his troughs. He's going.
This is what I say. This is what I say.
100%.
And that's the good thing. Like tonight, it was a scrap. It was a scrap heap of a game. But the positives that we take out of was the win came, and the youngies, because there was quite a few of them, got to experience that winning experience together. And Moya can look at, Moya could probably, because we all know that he's a bit of a love me do or whatever, where he might be, prancing around saying, it's my 4 goals that got us over the line, which might be good.
No, it's good, and I'm happy for Moya, and I think he done a great job, and I reckon that's going to do him a world of good in the upcoming games.
What I'm a little bit upset at is I had it all planned last night. On the Friday night, we worked hard to create the new logo, and what happens? He stuffs it up in the first minute, in the first goal. Charlie, I sent it to Mars.
You did do the 5 rings, did you?
Yeah, but I've done the 5 rings, and and each ring's got Charlie's head in there.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you can't do that anymore.
Nah.
You mean the Olympic rings?
It was only
Yeah,
Krispy
only
Kremes.
Olympic
That was
rings.
it.
How are you, Gorkan?
Gorkan, how are you?
Good,
I think
boys.
you
How
got
we doing?
feedback. You have feedback. Do
Do
you
I
have
have
it
feedback?
high? Yeah, you got
Maybe.
feedback.
Wait, let me
I was
sort it
just-
out.
I was
I've got it
gonna.
playing on the TV. I think it might just be too high.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
let's
Yeah,
sort it
that's
out.
right. I'm like,
That's
I'm here and I'm going fucking bonkers here.
No, doing well, boys.
He's joined
Night
us.
at the footy.
Perfect.
By the way,
Yeah, good.
you know that goal that Charlie kicked at the end that put us 8 points in front? Did anyone actually see what that free kick was for? Because I missed
No.
it. I couldn't see
I
it.
was on the other
see
end
what
of the
the free
50. I
kick
didn't
was.
see.
They didn't even show it at the ground. They kept showing
They showed
prior
Ruck
the
to it.
third and
They
one.
never showed the actual free kick. I don't know what it was for.
Well,
Go.
the ball was thrown in. The ball was thrown in from a boundary throw-in, and I mean, everyone's eyes were on the ruck contest, and all of a sudden, the umpire pulls a free kick to Charlie out of their backside. I don't know what it was for. I don't think anyone knows what it was for.
Feeling a bit sorry for us this week, eh?
Crucial free kick.
The one that got me was
Holding
the goal
Junior.
the goal that Melbourne kicked, clear as day.
Holding,
the one
there you
that Williams touched. No review, went back in the middle, and apparently the AFL even review every goal. Nothing. Do you recall that
Insufficient evidence to overthrow the decision. Because the goal umpire didn't ask for a review and just signalled it a goal, all they do is that they review it when the ball's going back to the centre, and if they think that there's enough evidence to overthrow it or overturn it, that's when they'll review it. Otherwise, if there's not enough evidence, they just keep the game moving, Morris. We haven't got time for all of these reviews. Unless the goal umpire asks for the review, well, then it's not going to get reviewed on the ground. It's going to get reviewed back upstairs.
Which is
But
fair
they've done
enough.
it plenty
I
of
reckon.
times.
Yeah.
They've done it plenty of times, though.
Yeah, I know, but Morris, it's when you've got to get like sufficient evidence as it's going back in that 30 seconds.
Yeah.
If they don't get it in that
Yeah.
30 seconds, they move on, and you can't blame them. I mean, what are they going to do? Like review every single goal, you know? So if they would have picked that up quicker, I reckon they would have probably, gone back.
There's a good minute, Rocco. There's at least a minute after a goal before it gets back into the middle, and then they wait for the television and all the rest of it. By the time they
but I'm
bounce
saying
it up
if they, I think it's only a 30-second break, so it wouldn't be much more than that. It's only a 30-second commercial.
Correct.
I get that, but you got to look at that. These guys are employed to review every
Everything.
goal or score.
They
Alright?
do, but
they do, Morris.
I get that, and you've got a time view. You've got a time. I understand what you're saying, that there needs to be sufficient evidence, but when they showed it on the twice or whatever on the scoreboard, or the TVs that are above us, you can actually see it hit the fingers.
Yep.
So unless the goal umpire asks for a review, unless the goal umpire is not sure and says to the field umpire, listen, I think it was a goal, but I'd like to have it reviewed, well, then it's not going to get reviewed, mate.
I agree.
Simple as
Gokhan,
that.
how are you?
I think it was good boys. I think the funniest one of those replays was the one they showed where Durden got caught holding the ball, but it wasn't paid, and they showed it like 2 minutes later after Charlie still kicked the goal. It's like 2 minutes past
That
the
was
play.
that was an
And then on the main
absolute howler of a decision.
Yeah, but you don't it's the first
Turn
time
the
I've seen
game.
a decision being showed on the actual screen 2 minutes later. Like that's
Yeah.
something a broadcast would do,
Turn the
not
game.
the actual, not on in the ground. They're just fishing for.
I've
But
got a
yeah,
question.
go.
Yeah, we got the rubber band tonight, no doubt about it.
I like this
Yeah.
one.
100%.
Jimmy R. Mars has the prostate respects fist in the background. I do. I bought it to the game.
How was that received when you
Yeah, I
walked in?
saw-
Anyone
saw
say
it.
anything?
Bought it
I
to,
see
mate,
what
they
you
didn't
got.
even
I
say
love
that.
anything. I
Orange
could have had a gun in there. I could have had a knife. I could have had a lightsaber in there like they did on the ground or whatever. But I didn't,
about the fans?
no one checked. No one checked anything. They just let me in. Maybe because it was orange. But
Yeah.
I actually want to ask, what do you reckon of the tag team duo of Pitane and TDK on Gorn?
I thought Gorn was horrific tonight by his standards. I did not think he had much of an impact at all, especially when the game was there to be won. I just don't think there was Max Gorn's a superstar, of course. He's the best. He's the best in the game, maybe Sherry, but he's the best. I didn't think he was the usual Max Gorn.
He had a lot of injuries tonight. I saw him get interviewed. After the game on Foxtel. He went in with a whole range of injuries, and he battled through it. And he still absolutely dominated the hitouts. Like, he got 38 hitouts, Pitnet got 21, and DeConning only got 5. So, and he had 19 possessions and 6 marks compared to Pitnet, who had 8 possessions, no marks, not 1 mark. Pitnet doesn't even take any marks around the ground. And then DeConning had 12 possessions and 4 marks. And he still well and truly won the ruck, but he didn't have the same impact and he didn't damage us like he normally would. Yeah.
That's exactly right. He wasn't super Gorn like he was, when he the last time he versed. He wasn't the Gorn that I've known from watching Melbourne this season. Which is helpful for us, I guess.
I think he beat both on the night.
Yeah, of course.
I thought Peter nullified him a little bit. Like,
it was a good match.
Like, pulled the brakes on him a little bit, because I thought if TDK went with him all night, and even. And I'm not talking about a TDK checking out. Gorn would have went to town on him.
Yeah, easy.
The fact that it was the two of them,
yeah,
spot on.
Pitnet had to frustrate him.
Yeah, Pitnet's size and his bulk would have worn by. I mean, by the end of the game, Gorn was pretty much done. He was finished. He had blood pouring off his head. He was injured, and he was. He was spent by the end of the game because it was him versus the other two. No one else from Melbourne gave him a chop out. He had to ruck all night.
Do you know what the last 2 weeks have kind of made me think?
What?
If TDK's gone, all right, let's go. Me next year, I'd go Pitnet as your ruckman. All right, and
he's done it before.
But I'd also, on the condition that you play Hudson O'Keefe up forward and give him that second ruck duty.
He can't go it alone in there. I agree.
Why are we playing Hudson O'Keefe up forward? I don't understand. Is he a forward?
He's a forward or a ruckman.
Yeah, but if you've got
no, he's
Harry,
not a forward and a
ruckman. Harry
ruckman.
Mackay, right?
No, you can. You can be a forward and a ruckman.
Yeah, no. But if you got Charlie
mean?
and Harry on the proviso, none of them get traded, and they're fit. Well, if Harry pinch hits in the ruck, simple as that.
Harry's a pincher ruckman easily.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we're just looking at it from on the basis that Harry is injured at the moment.
Yeah. Or one of them gets moved on. Or whatever,
right?
If
they get traded, go. Sorry.
Because they're saying that the TDK exit from Carlton's going to open up a spiral of trades, and you might there's talk of Riley O'Brien coming to Carlton, or Rowan Marshall. We should look at getting them, or Sean Darcy from Fremantle. But these, apart from Riley O'Brien, the others are going to cost you that 800 grand. All right. We've got a bloke at the moment, and then we can groom Hudson O'Keefe in. I'd rather be spending that 800 grand on leg speed, because Pito's shown us that he can be that tap.
Do you trust Pito? I want to ask everyone, do you reckon Pito can be our premiership ruckman?
No.
What are we doing then?
Okay, Rocco, I'm gonna. Do you think Carlton can win the premiership in 2026?
It doesn't matter. What I'm saying is, if you don't think he's going to be, we either got to be looking for the next ruckman, which might be O'Keefe, I don't know how good he is, or we go somewhere else. But I think Pito's a good player, but I don't think he's going to be our next. Like, that's what we got to be looking at. Like, all right, so he fills in the gap. You know, if TDK was playing at his peak, which I've only seen for a little bit, Pito doesn't even get a look in.
Yeah,
like, I don't think he's great at all. Yeah, he's a good, let alone tap ruckman. He gets a few tap out. And, I mean, the biggest thing that Vince said was, he's got a big body. Well, is that what we're doing now? Because he's got a big body, then let's go and there's this Chinese bloody basketball player that's 9 foot tall. Let's get him then.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. I think Pito's okay, but we've got to really be looking at the next one, you know?
Well, Scott
sorry,
said, lol.
And the reason why I brought this up is I believe we get more of an advantage, okay, in winning the ruck contest, having Pito in the ruck contest. He's a better tap ruckman than what TDK is, all right? But if we invest in a good quality mid that's a speedster, it's going to provide us more of an advantage, and we're going to be a better side than if we have a really good ruckman.
And I always say that.
Midfield.
Always say that. He gets the ball first more often than not.
Yeah.
And he's gone up against Gawn tonight. Like, how many superstar ruckmans are there in the league? Maybe 4 or 5, maximum 5. And there's not.
And
like,
to get one in is very costly.
You don't need one. I've always been on the opinion that
you don't need Pito's enough, but Mars. Do you reckon?
Yeah, I know, but maybe.
I'm asking you seriously. Do you reckon Pito's enough? Like, what do you reckon?
Right now, if you, I think at the moment right now, yes, but you need, as Morris said, you need another midfielder. You need, like, Walsh comes in next year. Jagger Smith, okay. People are going to say Jagger Smith. How many games do you get out of him? We don't know. And then you might bring in someone next year. Who knows? But I think he's good enough for long enough. He needs. I think he got found out against Gawn tonight. Gawn's like a fucking star. But that's how he always plays against Gawn. He doesn't get much of the ball against Gawn.
He doesn't get much of the ball with anyone.
Yeah, I know, but he's always going to be that, around that 10 possessions. He might hit a 15. He might luck out and hit 15.
He might kick a goal. He might maybe hit 2.
But you're trusting him to get nearly 40 touches a game and having nearly 15 to 20 hitouts to advantage. And then hoping from those situations that you get a clearance, you go forward and you kick a goal. That's out of the middle. You might get let's say 10. You might get 10 hitouts out of the middle, providing there's 20 goals in a game. You might get 10 and there might be first use hit down their throat and we're out. So he's better than TDK at that.
If that's the case, and you might be right, and Pito you think is going to be the one, and then O'Keefe could be in the background, let's work with him, right?
And that's what I'm saying is that instead of spending...
And let's get TDK and put him in the reserves. I seriously think that
Did he get injured?
No, he kept playing for the rest of the game. He took the mark at the end, remember? But
how can I remember? I was driving home.
You weren't there, but we talked about it. But what I'm saying is, if that's the case, I'm in the belief we've got to be working towards 26 and 27. And I seriously believe if TDK is not going to be there, and they would know, right?
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be playing him. I would not be playing him. Like, we've got to think about Carlton's future now, not TDK's future. And let's get ready. Let's get TDK and let's get Jagger Smith, in training, start preparing for that midfield role. You know what I mean? And also
he didn't need to play tonight. TDK didn't need to play tonight.
I don't think so.
I know we're all generals. Yeah. I know we're all generals after the battle, but he didn't need to play tonight. You got Moya and you've got what's his name? And Charlie Curnow. What more did you need? When he went into the ruck against Gawn, he got belted.
But Moya's not a tall. You got to remember, Moyer's
I
not
understand that, but we're doing the same thing with McGovern and Charlie.
Yeah. No, I get that. See,
it's a different look.
Why do we need all these talls up the front? We have to have big talls up the front. Other teams have got one tall, a couple of mediums, a couple of smalls, and they're on top of the ladder.
But even Rock, even Charlie, I don't see Charlie as a tall.
But he plays as a tall.
But not necessarily.
What do you mean? He almost outmarks anyone that goes near him. He plays as a tall.
Aerially, when he's on a lead. But one-on-one, flat-footed, no. Whereas a Harry, standing his ground.
We haven't got Harry at the moment.
No, I get that. So that's why.
I understand why they got TDK at full forward.
Yeah.
And he does nothing. He does nothing. What's he done in the forward line for the last 2 years? Nothing.
And I agree. And I agree with you. We spoke about it too. But this is where you either bring in Hudson O'Keefe or Lemmy.
Harry Lemmy.
Maybe Lemmy, I agree. Yeah. Lemmy,
and
I
the discussion we're getting into is that what's the point in playing TDK if he's not going to be there next year? And what precedence does it set for the next kid that wants to come in as a forward?
Yeah.
And plus, this isn't a $1.8 million player or whatever that we're dropping that's got the standards. This is a player that we're paying whatever. This is he's not earning top dollar. So you can have those standards with him either way. Either way, I don't think that the fact that he's got a contract coming up or not should dictate how someone views his performance, which I don't think any of us are doing, of course, but I just feel like when it comes to the way he's playing, I just don't think even in the past, I just don't feel like he's had the 6-week blocks or the 12-week blocks where he's absolutely dominated every game and, he's been consistent. I mean, but the whole team hasn't really, so.
No, I told you, Moya taught them all the lesson in how to lead to space tonight.
It was the X factor. We needed
he taught the whole forward line how to lead. I couldn't believe it.
And how to kick.
The first goal he kicked where he went back and he I don't know, maybe it was the second goal. I can't remember. But he like the ball was streaming forward. He started to run, then he stopped and went forward and I said, fuck, I haven't seen Charlie do that for fucking years, mate. Yeah. Just go back and run out into the open and take a mark. And he took it out from 45 and kicked the goal, just those little things. But with TDK again, one more thing, bro, we're playing him up forward. He's not a forward, mate. Why are we doing this?
Rocco, to back you up. Yep. Rocco, to back you up, guess how many goals TDK has scored in any 1 year, maximum? Of all, he's been playing with us for about a year. For 8 years, he's been playing. This is his 8th season.
9 twice.
9 goals twice. 9 goals for the season. That's the maximum he's ever kicked. He's not a forward.
He's not a forward. And you know what?
He's
the $1.8 million ruckman, apparently, okay? And we're playing Pito as the ruck. How does that even make sense to anyone? He's apparently 1.8 makes him the best ruckman in the league. That money dictates him to be the best ruckman in the league.
Correct.
Maybe they're just trying to make sure. Maybe they're just trying to make sure that he doesn't get injured in the ruck because, let's face it, when you're rucking week in, week out,
that's the best way
I agree with you, but they still want to play him, but not expose him to, the ruck because that'll get him injured.
It's an injustice to the forwards that are down.
I agree with you.
I agree with you, but I'm just trying to come up with a theory as to why they're doing it.
Have you guys heard the whispers? Have you guys heard the whispers that Port Adelaide are heavily into Lemmy?
Yep. How true is it? I don't know.
That they want.
Well, he's an Adelaide boy for starters.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
he hasn't been given an opportunity. This is his 3rd year. When players get drafted, they get 2 years automatically.
No, isn't it his second year?
As soon as they get drafted, they get 2 years.
3rd?
Yes.
No, I'm pretty sure it's 3rd.
No. He came before Moya, 1 year before.
Yeah.
Moya, this is his 2nd year. This is Moya's 2nd year. This is Harry Lemmy's 3rd year, and he still has not been given 1 game. And yet, you can see when you play these kids in the seniors, all of a sudden they show you what they can do.
Yeah,
Moya never played brilliantly in the reserves. He never played fantastic football. But they had to play him because of all the injuries, and in the end, he's showing us what he can do.
But with kids, you've got to have the continuity too, right? You can't have a player like Frankie Evans come in. I'm not saying Frankie Evans is a kid. But like when they perform in the VFL, let's say they perform on the wing, for example, let's just say, you don't play them at half back. You give them the continuation plus the 4-week block or however long the block is. And that's what I think did really well for a Matty Carroll, did really well for a Flynn Young, and did really well for Frankie Evans tonight. I thought Frankie Evans was decent. He did his job because he wasn't playing at half back. He wasn't playing, in our 16-man behind the ball sort of defensive zone. I thought he really did well on that wing. And, it was the continuity that he needed. And it worked out for us.
I'm going to play devil's advocate for a minute, right? Because it contradicts even what I say, right? So we want to bring.
I love you, Morris.
we want to bring in Harry Lemmy and give him a block to see what he's got, right? But at the same time, we want to do the things that good clubs do, all right? And AKA Geelong with Neil. Neil was in the twos for so many years and didn't get a game, and got his chance when Tom Hawkins retired.
Yep.
And now
before that.
No, he got his chance when Hawkins injured himself.
Proper chance. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
All right. But he was into his 4th year or whatever, right? Now, had Geelong played him in year 2 or 3, would they have cooked him?
Yeah, but the point is Geelong didn't need him. So we're looking for another forward because Harry's not there. We are looking for another forward that we put out $1.8 million apparently in the forward line.
Spot on.
When we've got someone there who's been there a couple of years.
And that's why I've said
that's the difference, Yeah. That's the difference, I think we've given him enough time and he's kicked enough goals in the seconds that you can say he deserves a chance.
But the last, say, 6 weeks, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I said before, the moment Hudson O'Keefe done his hamstring, Lemmy should have been the one that came in.
Next one in. Yeah, I agree.
I don't get it. What is it? I mean, what's his 3rd year now?
Yeah.
Does he stay? They probably delist him. If he's not getting a game, they obviously don't think much of him.
Like they're not. We're not all saying to play him just for the sake of the fact that he's a young forward. We're saying to play him because, like I said before, the continuity of the fact that he's been playing well as a forward in the VFL, continue it into the AFL. Yes, it's going to be harder. Of course, it's going to be road bumps, and we've seen that with everybody. But we're not saying, none of us here, I don't think, would say just play him because he's tall, just play the Campos because they're young. No. It's okay. There's a player in the VFL that we like. How do we get them into the AFL system based off what they've earned? Lemmy's, he's earned it. He's earned a spot.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of fact of do they give it to him? That's a thing.
I think that both are sad now because Harry Mackay is supposed to be returning on Thursday. So if he's playing, Harry Lemmy's not going to beat the chance for the rest of the season.
Then does TDK play if Harry Mackay is back?
Yes, he will. And
because I'll take Frankie Evans out.
Cool.
But then we're too tall.
And then we're playing you too tall, exactly.
Maybe they'll take Pito out then. Mackay for Pito, bang. That's it.
Pito put a job.
Who's going to play against Lloyd Meek? Pito.
Now, this is the thing. This is why I'm not sold on TDK at all because when you
Lloyd
look at
Meek's a
Ruckman,
beast. He's a beast.
That type of Ruckman gets him all the time.
But he runs
He will absolutely destroy TDK if you ask me.
Yeah.
TDK best in 10 minutes of footy.
But do you really want Harry to come back Thursday night?
No.
No, I don't want to come back.
Me personally, I'd wait until next season.
Yeah.
Who do you reckon they're going to drop? Who do you reckon they're going to drop out of this team when Silvani comes back, Harry Mackay comes back, Sam Walsh comes back?
Will get dropped.
They're all only 1 or 2 weeks away now.
Do you know what I don't get? If they with Sam Walsh, you've got to put him on ice.
No,
So
he'll
right.
play. He'll play.
But his foot injuries, he's a beestick from retiring.
He'll play.
The injury he's got can end your career.
Yeah, I know, but he'll play.
And like when you and going back to Lemmy, when you think about it, if next year, if Harry and Charlie are still on our list, I reckon Lemmy's gone. I reckon Port Adelaide can sell him, that he'll get game time in their side, because
Probably.
can you see us lining up next
Well, they need
year
it. They need a key forward.
Yeah,
They
they
need
got
key
George
forward.
Artis. They got George Artis.
Yeah, but apart from him, no one else is stepping up.
Exactly lighting the world on fire over there.
Marshall's been injured.
Marshall will be back next season.
Yeah. Can you see us next year lining up with Harry, Charlie, and Lemmy?
Nah,
All
it's
the three of them?
No, too much. Lemmy's
Lemmy's gone, mate.
Another
If you were Lemmy's manager, you'd be saying, "Let me shop you around." And yeah,
It's
time
to go!
I've done it again to him, huh? Oh, fuck, that's it. He's not paying for anything for the wedding. Fuck, I'm done. What a stupid decision. The wedding's done, mate. He ain't paying for what one thing he's going to pay for, Rocco.
We've got Dickie Nee back in the right-hand corner.
Yeah, we've got Dickie Nee. He's got. I love the camera position like this.
Hey, can we see the stick, Aiden?
Aiden,
can we see the stick?
Aiden,
what?
Adjust your screen so that you're actually in the top half of the screen as well as the bottom half.
There we go.
That's better.
There
a little
we
bit
go.
better.
How are you, Aiden?
That's
How
a
are
little
you?
bit
Good?
Yeah,
better.
not bad.
Did you go to the game?
Yeah, of course I went.
But there was a punch on. Where were you sitting?
Level 2.
Level 2. There was full domestics, like M54 bay, like full domestics, like full punch on and everything. It was,
on the broadcast.
It wasn't me.
Broadcast wing.
Yeah.
There was like 45.
Hang on, that's a member zone M54.
Yeah, full
so
punch
it was
on.
the
like,
opposite
full
members
punch
wing.
on.
Yeah. It was
Oh, that's
What, between Carlton supporters?
Okay.
Are you saying
think
between
so.
Carlton
M11
supporters?
is on the opposite
I
side.
don't know between Carlton
I'm thinking-
supporters, but there was a full punch on. There was like 10. There was like 15 security.
Yeah, that's what
10
that was.
cops. Mate, someone got taken out in cuffs.
Was it behind the Melbourne Chew squad or was it?
No. It was
To the right of
on the
the
right-hand
Carlton
side of
squad.
the Carlton.
No, I wasn't there. No.
interchange side. Mate, I
Melbourne
was looking
Cheer Squad was
just
up
after
at the
half time.
Ponsford stand in.
It was just
Yeah,
after half time. Apparently, like things were kicking off. They weren't too happy with the match selection, huh? Yeah.
Hey, we got to commend the Cheer Squad. They were really loud tonight.
Oh yeah. I didn't hear him for a half, and we kicked goals.
I thought they were quiet.
What you
Hey, Morris, did you happen to see Mary and all of the other members of the queer squad clapping them off the ground?
I'm gonna. You know when they were the loudest? The pre-game entertainment.
Where?
Oh yeah.
We didn't have pre-game, man.
Yeah, we flew in this international singer to sing some song and.
No disrespect, but who was she? I'm not. No disrespect. I'm not too sure who she was.
I think it was Dua Lipa, some Dua Lipa or
Don't
something.
ever put her in the bracket of Dua Lipa.
Don't think that was Dua.
Don't ever put her in the. Oh, fuck! I better quiet down. Taylor's gonna come and she's gonna whack me. Don't put her in the. No way. I've heard her live too. She can sing, man.
Dua Lipa can sing.
No, but yeah, it was I can't.
Who were punching on Carlton supporters? Or was it Melbourne and Carlton?
I don't know. I just saw 100 like security in that. So yeah, it was on. It was
Hey
on.
boys, I'll tell you another thing we achieved tonight. Hey Mars, you know another thing we achieved. Another thing we achieved tonight.
What?
After a whole string, what is it? Our 10th Carlton respects.
Nah,
I think we lost the first day.
Nah, we're two in a row.
No, I was just going to say.
We're two in a row
Yeah,
now.
I know. That's what I was about to say. After I think we lost the first 8, we've now won the last
2 in a row. Geelong, and now Melbourne. Bravo.
No, I think we lost. I think there's been 11. I think we've lost 9.
Yeah,
Big
9.
day for our club, Vince.
It's a 10.
No,
Whatever
they
it
said
is.
it on the news and everything. The 10th annual
that was the 10th
Carlton
one.
Perspective.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
so
day
you
for our
believe
club,
everything.
thanks,
So you believe
They
everything
showed up
you
on the
hear
big
on the
day.
news, Vince, huh?
Well, you reckon it's 11?
I remember last year someone saying, or they were saying,
1 and
Carlton
9.
have lost 9. And we beat Geelong.
Conflicting.
Whatever. Whatever. We've won the last 2. We've won the last 2.
We're 2 and zip.
Oh,
Come on. Aiden. Come
So-
on, man. Give us your thoughts.
I was pretty fascinated about the Pito TD Ruck. I mean TDK TD Ruck, the TDK Ruck situation. Yeah, if he's leaving, would they not play him? Like, what? It seems to me that the reason why they are playing him is because they probably have a feeling that he's going to stay. Because Mars said it, or someone else said it, they know what's going on with him. So if he's staying, then wouldn't it be wise enough to keep playing him? But if he's leaving, then drop him. And I personally feel like we look better with Pito, like as a ruck, because you can tell we get more clearances out of Pito, clearly. When TDK goes into the ruck, he gets smashed by Gorn. He gets smashed by big body rucks, and I feel like we probably should prepare for next season. If TDK is leaving, then don't play him, because if we drop Pito for Harry next week, I'd get a little bit worried, because I don't see the value in playing TDK if he's leaving, or because if he's staying, then yeah, play him. But if he's leaving, then why are you playing him? Like, I don't get it.
Do you feel like they have the balls to drop him? Because I personally don't think, even if they really wanted to, I just don't feel like they would. He just caused too much of a ripple. Oh, the bloke who's supposedly leaving now, he's definitely going to leave, and I just feel like it caused too much of a ripple.
But like how Aiden says though, like imagine the message is saying like you drop Pito, but the TDK still leaves.
Are we?
Like, what message are you sending then?
What message does that send? Yeah, exactly.
Are we all sick, cooked supporters?
Yes.
Like, we are all here saying, don't drop Pito. Where you go back, I don't know, a month ago or whatever, he should never play for this team again. He's shit, blah, blah. And now where he's bad, groupies where
I don't think he's a superstar by any means, but he can nullify
I'm not
the
in that
opposition.
camp. I've never
But
been
like you're saying,
in that camp ever. I've never been in that camp.
No.
Which camp?
The Pito, he's shit, and I don't think he's shit. I don't think he's a shit ruckman.
Yeah, no, I'm guilty of that, and still.
I agree with you a bit more.
That's one thing I'm not guilty of. I can
think he's an absolute
guilty to everything else, but that I'm not. He's not. I don't think he's shit. I think he's just good.
He's not shit. He's a good ruck.
He does the job.
He just does
the only one.
He's good at tap.
Great at that. Great.
Good clearance
ruckman.
ruckman.
And after that, you play with one less player on the ground.
But I feel like every team does, though. Pretty much every team does, unless you're Melbourne or.
Well, Sydney don't. You get usage out of Grundy. You get
yeah, that's the thing. A few, but then again, they pay big money for those type of players, though.
Yeah,
that's
like 4 or 5 of them.
Because I agree with you. I don't think he's an absolute, rock solid superstar, but I feel like he can nullify the opposition ruck. And then what you're saying, if you get another midfielder in or get a more dynamic midfield, if you have a ruckman or an opposition ruckman that's nullified, then your ruckman and your midfield can kind of get to work. That's I agree with you there.
Wait, just on the player ratings, like off his games, I know he's only played 4 games this year, Pito, right? But off what I use, right, is there's a stat website that I use. It's called Willow Ratings, right? And it's like basically all champion data, right? Which is a cap anyway. But just off ratings, right? So the number one rated ruckman in the league at this present time is Luke Jackson with a 17.29. I think the highest you can get is around the 20, or you can go even higher, right? Tristan Jerry is next with a 17-15, and then it goes to Grundy, 14-8, and then it goes to Gawn, and then sitting at number 5 is Mark Pittenay with a 14-13. So,
yeah,
I mean, make of it what you will. As a ruckman,
well, I think we're very quickly forgetting what he did last week, for example. I thought he was one of
but
our
I
best
think
three
we're
players on the
forgetting
ground.
what he did.
Kicked a couple of great goals and kept us in the game and got us something to be excited about.
But I think we're
And took it up
forgetting
to
the year
both
when in
what's his name,
2023.
Oscar McInerney and Darcy
We're
Ford. I thought
forgetting
he did well.
2023.
Yeah.
He
And
was
Gaunt said-
there in the stretch.
And
And
2023, that's the hardest ruckman's played against.
What about
time.
2022 in that run?
Was it 2022, the first 5 weeks before
Yeah, he was
hit
good.
his
Yeah, he
knee?
was rocking. Yeah.
Before that Freo
And he
game
was-
when Darcy's knee collided with him.
Yeah.
And the other thing that I picked up tonight, going off the Pitternet topic, right? You had Flynn Young, what's his name?
Will White.
Will White, Cooper Lord,
Yeah,
Frankie Evans.
yeah.
That's 4 players through the preseason, the top-up supplementary or the mid-season
Draft.
So I kind of thought like if we're picking up these players through this way, great if they're going through the gaps, but it also asks question marks of what they're doing with their picks.
Like the actual draft picks he's saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I believe Flynn Young's going to make it, yeah?
You reckon?
Yeah.
I got my doubts on him. I got my doubts.
But how does a kid come in and play his 4th game tonight, yeah?
Yep.
Tonight was his 4th game?
Yeah, 4th.
And I think,
First go.
was it the last 2 games, full games? So
Yes,
up until
because he started as a sub. He started as a sub against
Yeah,
Port
I'm just
Adelaide.
thinking-
Then he started as
Yeah.
a sub against Collingwood, and then
They
the
came
last
on
2
early.
games he started on the ground.
Yeah, but the Collingwood game he came on because Sard got concussed.
Correct.
And you're just thinking, like, he would have come to the club 6-7 weeks ago, give or take, right? His fitness, like, he would have trained twice a week with Werribee, yeah?
Yep.
How is it that aerobically, a kid like a Billy Wilson isn't in front of him? Like, how are the kids that have been on our list for 3 pre-seasons that are playing in the 2s aren't in front of these players?
Well, how old's Billy Wilson? What, 20?
He's
19?
21.
Nah.
No,
Is
he's
he?
20.
Yeah.
He's 20.
This is his 2nd year this year.
Yeah, it's 20. He's 20.
Now, Billy Wilson came in the...
He came in Moyer's draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, Moyer's draft.
This is
So
his
what,
second year.
20?
This is his 2nd year, Morris.
Yeah, but okay, so he's had...
Yeah, but Flynn Young is what? He's like 24 nearly or something
Yeah,
like
he's
23, 24.
23, yeah.
Flynn Young is 19 years old.
No,
he's
he's
23.
not. He's like 23.
He's 23.
That's Evans.
No, it's Flynn Young.
No, it's Flynn Young. Flynn Young's 23.
Check it.
You check it. Here, the 3rd of February,
like
2002.
27.
Yeah, he's 23.
23.
You sure?
Yeah.
Right, do you want me to show you the fucking thing? You want me to link you it?
All right, I believe you. Well, anyway, Billy Wilson's had 2 pre-seasons.
Yeah.
Flynn Young's had 7 weeks.
Yeah, but he's
He
got 2 years on his side.
Yeah, but he trained twice a week and went to work as a cabinet maker or whatever they do, Monday to Friday.
He did.
Do you get what I'm saying? And what I'm getting at, does it raise question marks It has to, yeah. Like, I'm not seeing it with other clubs.
Well, we always say their picks as well, and their development of the picks as well, of our draft picks. So I go to Brad Ebert and Tom Lonigan. Like, what have you done?
And who's that?
Unless they're natural freaks, or they're like a Moya with talent on his side, and he needs to just develop himself. Other than that, I mean, none of those other picks have really. I mean, Matt Carroll has. He's come in and he's played good football. O'Farrell, I mean, he's been thrown in the deep end like a baptism of fire 2 weeks in a row for the young kid. And I thought he did well after the Collingwood game. I mean, like Ollie Hollands is a high round draft pick. You know, that's my thing is the development of him. Maybe they need it. They just Billy Wilson. He needs to sit in there for 2 years. Like, remember Atkins from Geelong? He was in there for 2-3 years.
Yeah,
couldn't get a gig, and now once he gets in, he's taking his chance. But I don't know. I just think the development of the younger our draft picks have been, unless they're freaks already or talented, they've been found wanting or they've been let go. Like a Jack Carroll, like he couldn't develop him? I know he's gone on to St Kilda and probably not good enough to make it, but how can you not develop these players to even have a good run in the team and have an impact in the game?
But even with Jack Carroll, if you look at last year, the first few games that he played at the start,
His best game was North Melbourne.
Yeah, we actually thought, hey, we got someone.
Yeah, I got sucked in by it.
Yeah. But even it's interesting because someone mentioned we were talking tonight, and they mentioned that apparently there was an interview with Paul Roos a number of years ago, and they were just talking to him about coaching, and one of the questions led to when do you as a coach get that idea of whether a player is going to make it or not? Yeah. And Paul Roos pretty much said,
first game?
Their fourth year.
Yeah.
Their fourth season, you know whether that player's got that instinct, whether he's got a career in the AFL. And
that's weird.
That's what it and when we were talking about that, the first thing that came to my mind was, hey, Motlop's in his fourth year. So
and Durden.
Where do you see Motlop?
But that's weird because the average lifespan of an AFL footballer is 4 years.
And maybe that's why, Rock, because some of them get the chop at 2 years, yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like average is 4.
Yeah, but then you get the freaks like Pendlebury and the Dangerfields and
1 year. I understand that.
Yeah. But do you guys see Motlop in our future?
I see him in the near future.
I just feel like the way that we're playing him is just detrimenting his career.
That's right.
But as Paul said, he's the worst coached small forward in the league, and by a mile.
Yeah, but Aiden, where I'll challenge you on that, right? Whether you're poorly coached or what, you still like, and he shows it time and time again when he's unclean below his knees.
Where how does he not develop from the 2023 year? I don't. How can you not develop a footballer from 2023?
30 goals that year. I think 20-something.
You're not you're a good footballer if you can kick 30 in a year. You're a good footballer. How does he, as a 20-year-old, how old is he now? I think was he 19 or 20 in that year? Whatever it was, right?
He was 19, 21, 22 now.
How do you go from that to what he is now? And that's being coached and being played out of position. Well, he's not a midfielder. I know that we've been lacking midfielder, but he's not a midfielder. He can't play in there. Simple as that.
But he started the year as up forward, and he stayed up forward. It was only when we started getting those, and he was no good from, and he's been terrible all year, right?
Yeah, I agree. He's been even wayward kicking for goal as well.
Yeah.
He's been hit and miss. I agree.
And what I mean by, like, if you look at early Charlie Cameron, you know that running, swooping, picking the ball up.
Yeah.
He can't pick the ball up in slow motion where he fumbles.
But he's not a Charlie Cameron. See,
No,
he was brought in more as a leading
small forward.
He's not that. He's not. That's what he was known for, you know. So they're not playing. I'll give you. I'll answer this then. Would he play in the midfield in any other side?
No.
So why are we playing him there?
But I would even rebut that with, I don't think he'd get a game in another side.
But maybe if they played him forward, solitary, just forward, you know, maybe he would be a bit different. Like if you just, I don't know, as a footballer, I'm thinking like if they say concentrate on your thing, you know, you're small forward, your role. Sorry, that's it. Your role, that's it. But all of a sudden, he's been a small forward, and all of a sudden they're going to him, you know, we're going to move you in the midfield. You know, we're going to play you in the midfield now. That's your role. Midfield's a completely different kettle of fish. You know, Zach Williams is a little bit different where he played in defence, you know, and then he's moved forward. He's smart enough to play that kind of role.
Also older.
But I reckon I agree, they've kind of like set Motlop back a bit.
They set him up for failure, though.
Pretty much.
I reckon they've set him up for failure.
Like, if he can't do that in the forward line, what you said, Morris, get his ball at his feet and that, how's he going to do it in the midfield where the pressure's really on? And you've got some high-quality midfielders who have been playing that position all their lives, and now you got him. He can't do it in the forward line, and we're going to get him to do it in the midfield. I think it was just desperation from our coach, and it's kind of like to his detriment there.
No, I'm talking about picking the ball up in the forward line and that. And I'm also looking at the bigger picture with our team complemented with, you know, the Sam Walsh's returning and the Jaggers and that. I still think we need to go out and recruit a small forward. I still think with the likes that we've got, we still haven't hit one.
No, they're going to need one, 100%.
I thought Will White. I got sucked in with him at the start.
They can craft something with him. I think there's something there to work with.
Yeah.
Just cleaning up his kicking for goal, I reckon, and getting him into the right
spot. Come on tonight. Did Durden come on?
Durden came on for Frank Evans, but I don't see it with Will White either. I just don't see it.
That's why, like I'm saying, like in this off season, we need to recruit players that are quick, have good ball skills, and probably one good small forward. But I don't know where we're going to get that from.
That's the problem, mate. Like, I know we need these players. How are we going to get these players? Like, where are they?
But there's got to be players at other clubs, Rocco. Like, we're all banging about Lemmy, right? Not being able to get a game, and you know, Port going after him. There's got to be players at other lists that are in the same boat.
You're not going to find these players just in the reserve. It's very rare that you find these players like in their seconds and they become stars. I mean, normally people like Cameron and that have gone from other clubs, they were already good at their club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you've got to take them out of their club and. I don't know.
I'll play devil's advocate.
We need a star small forward, not a up and coming. Or we need someone to get straight away.
I'll play devil's advocate. So I'll go through our small forwards, right? I'm just going to play devil's advocate, right? So we'll go Francis Evans.
I'm hopping off, boys. You guys
take care, brother. Take care. Love it. Thank you, bro.
See you, Gokhan.
Time to go.
Hey, time to go to himself. So you got Flynn Young, 3 games in, whatever. Fantasia, I mean, whatever. Fogarty, he's had 85 games, right? I don't know how many are Carlton now, but he's kicked 34 goals. Meh.
But
you
he's
go to
more of
Will.
a defensive.
Yeah.
Forward.
You go to Jesse Motlop. So he's had 57 games. I'm just going goal to game ratio. That's all. 57 games for 55 goals. And how many? What's his age? He's 22 now. Will White, 9 and 7, and then you go to Corey Durden, which is in his 4th year now, 5th year, 58 matches and 46 goals. So look, they're going at a goal a game, if that, right? Just right. But you look at the likes of Durden, he's had 5 years now, body's unreliable. Does he make it?
If you put up Durden, Motlop, Fantasia, and
Fogarty.
I don't want to include the young kids that have only played a handful of games. Who was the other small forward you said?
Fogarty.
And Fogarty. You put all of those blokes up for trade. How many takers have you got from other clubs?
You probably get Jesse Motlop will probably go to a club.
You'll get someone for Motlop, but that's about it.
What, West Coast?
I don't know, but I reckon you'll get someone who wants Motlop, but I can't see any of those others getting picked up.
The only reason they would want Motlop is because they think he's got hidden talent that has not been brought out at Carlton, and that they think they can convert him into a really good small forward.
Oh, man,
why do you think we're keeping him?
He wouldn't be on massive money, so they probably only have to pay.
He's on
they probably only have to pay us.
Motlop, Vince. Motlop's on $500,000. Why do you think I'm so critical of him?
$500,000.
$500,000.
You've got to be kidding me, don't you?
They had a contract on the table start of the year, 4 years. 4 years. Graham Wright went whoop.
But wait a sec, the average, what is it? I think it's been a wage of about 400 and something. So it's not over the top like you think.
Yeah, I get that. But
it's not like it's over the top. Isn't it about like 440,000 or something anyway?
And isn't it going to go up next year?
Yeah. No, the salary cap's only going up slightly next year. Yeah. It's not going up massively. What they're talking about increasing is the soft cap for the coaches. And Rocco, do you think Ollie Hollands is on anywhere near $500,000?
No, not at the moment.
30,
but look at the output that you're getting from him.
Yeah, but once his contract's up here, I think he'll get up to that.
Yeah, but deserving of it. Motlop's on $500,000, and those stats that you read, Mars, he should be on a hell of a lot. He should have kicked a hell of a lot more goals for that. He should, where he was basically what was it, 57 goals for 55.
But what we're saying, Morris, haven't they stifled his development because they've thrown him into the middle? I don't know if he would have been better, but how would we know?
But he played his first 6, 7, 8 games in the dedicated forward line, Rocco. And
they moved him into the middle those games too, man. He had time in the middle in those games also.
Yeah. And he wasn't, but even you had to look at him, how many times have we speak Motlop 5 touches, no tackles. Then the next week 6.
Yeah.
6 touches, one tackle.
All right. So what we do is if you're playing like that, you drop him to the second, right? And correct. You go get your form back in the forward line. You don't go and put him into the middle.
But we haven't done that. We've actually never dropped him this year.
No, we haven't. He hasn't been dropped this year. But what I'm saying is by putting him in the middle, are you doing him any favours? I don't think so.
No. See, they're finally realising that Zach Williams is that player. Because the way that I looked at him tonight, he looked better than what Motlop has been doing in that midfield.
I think Williams has been pretty good. When he's fit, he's been pretty good in our side. He's not the problem, he'll be going on to next year, it will be Williams and someone else. I think Williams is the guaranteed to go into the forward line as a small forward, if he's fit and healthy, that is. But who's the other? Who's the other one? You're going to keep Motlop.
Williams and Motlop. That's it.
Yeah, that's right.
And you go out and find.
Now you got Moya. So to me, if everything's going well, it's going to be Harry, Charlie, Moya, Motlop, Williams. You know that's
so Moya becomes like the Brad Pearce, you reckon, Rocco? The third, the third
Talking
roving half forward flank.
He'll be the half forward.
100%, man. Imagine Moya's like Brad Pearce.
But he's a good link up. He can
in
mark.
our last premiership side, in our last premiership side, for those younger blokes like Aiden, I don't know if you're aware of it, but we had Kernahan at full forward and Spalding at centre half forward, but we also had a third goal kicking forward called Brad Pearce, who used to roam around the half forward line and kick these raking left footers, and that's probably what Moya can become. He's a left footer too.
50
Why
goals.
did we not play him at the start of the year?
Who?
Why?
Just temperament, and he wasn't like in line to play in the squad. I mean, you got a full list.
But I heard as well too. I think there was
fitness.
Yeah. But I think there was also a few behavioural issues.
Yeah, that's fine. You've got to iron them out. You can't just play them. You have to iron that stuff out. So I think he's become better. I think he's become more switched on for longer. He was engaged tonight for the whole game, I thought. So
I thought he was engaged.
I reckon a player like Moya, if he's continued to be played in the VFL, he's the type of guy that just will be half-hearted, switch off half the time. You put him in the seniors, and all of a sudden he lights up. I remember even Harry Mackay in the early days being played in the reserves, and Brendan Bolton refused to play him. And there was that many people calling for Harry Mackay to be given a go. He never kicked the bag of goals in the reserves. 2 goals, 3 goals, 1 goal. But
It's
eventually, the damn wall broke, and he eventually played him, and all of a sudden Harry started showing what he could do.
Well, if Moya keeps playing like that, it's correct. If Moya keeps playing like that, it's hard. There's hard for him.
And who's to say that Lemmy can't be someone like that? That Lemmy can't come in and all of a sudden turn it on. I mean, give the guy a couple of games at least.
But I think Moya's
he's in shot to pieces. Why don't we at least find out what these guys are like?
I'll give you a scenario. If Moya plays the rest of the year and he plays well and he probably secures that third, what happens to Kemp?
And I was going to say that. And I believe,
Trade.
I was just thinking. What I was thinking, you know how I said, do you really think that Graham Wright's broom's going to be that big? And like you hit the nail on the head as well too, Mars. Like we're all thinking trades of these big fishes, like TDK gone, Harry gone, maybe a Walsh gone, right? But is it TDK gone, Chera, like you said, the likes of your Kemps, from McGovern in there? Maybe there was an article saying that Akers might be looking for his 4th club.
Well,
I know.
Yeah. So
McGovern will force a trade.
Yeah. Are they the changes that we make to our list?
Definitely.
You know, like
you're just rejigging those. I think those bad pickups as well. And
imagine like, for example, an Akers or maybe one of the Campos come along, or you pick up a quality, like a winger, right? And then Moya takes that spot of that third tall, and then all of a sudden, and you do bring Jagger Smith from Walsh, and then maybe get another bloody midfielder in there. All of a sudden, and TDK goes, we stick with Pitternet, and then all of a sudden this team looks completely different, and who knows what can happen next year. They play completely different. It doesn't take much, but these players, like for me, Akers, McGovern, and that, it's time to go. We're going to start looking at these new, we've got to revamp this side, excite this side again. With McGovern and Akers, it just looks dreary, the side.
No, we've
what about Doherty? What about Doherty, Rocco?
And Doherty too.
Besides that goal, the amount of missed hand passes he made today.
Gone. Gone.
Do Doherty.
Yeah.
Do you know what I would do with Doherty?
I'll be back.
What I would do is I would reward him with a rookie contract. Okay? But I wouldn't let him play seniors. I'd turn around to him and say, here's a rookie contract as an emergency card. You might play 1 or 2 games if we're decimated, right? But I'd give him the captaincy of the VFL side. And I'd turn him into the Luke Hodge of Brisbane. Where he's got that football now.
I don't know if he wants to do that. We're winning the flag in 2026, guys. It's coming home. Okay, good night for real now. He's a psycho. Andy's a sicko because he said he was going to bed an hour ago and he's still watching the show. And I truly believe he thinks we're going to win the premiership next year, right? But to tell you the truth, I understand that sentiment, and maybe I don't think he wants to play in the seconds. I heard, but you know what? Whatever, plays in the reserves, whatever. All right,
and you know what?
Good.
And Rock, if he doesn't want that, sorry, mate, but your time at Carlton's been fantastic.
Would you get McKenzie from Hawthorn?
Who?
McKenzie.
Yeah, McKenzie.
Yeah, he's a good kick.
If you can get him on the right price, right deal.
It's all about the right price. I agree.
Yeah, can we make him better?
Everyone's
And
talking
can you
about
make
trading
it
this,
better?
doing that, but like it depends what we do, like who we pick up. Because I'm talking about getting good ball users and quick small forwards, but like, do you think the club will really do that if we get rid of Kemp, TDK, Harry? Because you need to like draft and trade correctly as well.
100%.
Do you reckon we missed a trick by not trading Kemp to St Kilda when they were interested in him last year?
They didn't.
Or did we do the right thing by keeping him?
No, they turned their back. St Kilda withdrew from the Kemp deal.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Interesting. What do you know, Vince? And what do you know?
They wanted him. We said no. We're keeping him.
St Kilda withdrew when Carlton turned around and said what they wanted.
Go to sleep, Andy.
Wow. In other words, what we wanted for him was just a stupid amount of compensation. So they said, "Oh well, if that's the case, forget it." But what I'm saying is that they were interested, and we turned our backs on them. We weren't really interested in trading.
Started a punch on at the MCG today.
And even Rocco, like you said, like next year, everything needs to start aligning and that, right?
Yeah.
And what we need to do for the future as well, too, like we're talking about the Akers going, the Dohertys going, the McGovern's, like if you look at just Akers and Doherty, they were your 2 wingers in 2023. So the majority of the listeners are on there, are still riding on, the 2023 season, right? What we've got to do, and I know we talk about development and that, but the next wave that come in, all right, whether it be Ben and Lucas, like Ben on the wing or, Lucas at halfback or whatever it is, once you get game time into them, you've got to make sure that when they get to their level, you've got the next ones that can come in. We can't get ourselves into a position where, like, Akers is going, Doherty's going. Can the Camporelli boys fill that wing role? Now, does that make sense?
This is the beauty of list management. That's the beauty. Morris could do a 24-hour stream easy. I got this one. Enzo Valentino. I'm watching you guys thinking you are all nuts. It's nearly 2 a.m.
Enzo, I guarantee you at 2 a.m. I'm out of here.
And you're talking about all things Carlton, but here I am still watching and commenting. We are all crazy. We just
who's more crazy? Who's more crazy, us or Enzo?
I don't know. All the 76
Enzo.
people that are watching or tomorrow. I don't know, man. I just don't know. But what is the time actually? Yeah, we'll give it 2 a.m. cut off.
1:45.
I am cut off.
We're gonna quit it at 2 a.m. 2 a.m.
Yeah,
No?
no, that's the cut off.
What are you going to do, Vince? You look a little bit tired. Oh, poor thing. What's
I
wrong,
am.
Vince? You tired?
I'm tired. Yeah, 2 a.m. I get tired. Yeah,
Not enough shit to talk about, huh? We are all sickos.
mate.
This one.
I'm 56, not 28.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
55.
I think we
Did you bring
did Petra. We did talk about Cow's game tonight. I think it was good. A
It was
few
my best.
indecisive decisions, but that's what the young heads do. So
Well, the good thing about our backline is that's our backline for the next 10 years, besides from Haynes. So that's a positive.
Oh, and you got to put Jack Silvani in there, eh?
When's he signed?
And you got to think, I know he hasn't come to the club yet, but apparently Harry
Harry
Dean.
Yeah.
So he could be like maybe taking a Haynes kind of spot, hopefully, you know, so he could be one. And you're right, probably our defense is one area that's almost settled there, you know, and it's always stood up for us. So
it's been settled for like how many years though?
Yeah, ages.
The defense.
Yeah.
No, not really. Because if you go back, remember we were a little bit brutal when it was
Plowman, you're going to say?
No, Wiedering, and that's it. And then the rest of them were like just like your Newmans and your Sards.
Yeah, I know that, but it's also the game style. But the way we play now, we play 15 blokes behind the ball, so they're going to look good.
Rocco, answer me this question because you weren't
I'll
on
answer it.
before.
Go.
So, the end of the year, you know, these are the hard calls, right? Adam Sard.
Gone.
It's tough, yeah. Look, he looks like he's slowing completely down, yeah. So it depends on probably gone. Yeah, maybe. I like him.
Is he still
but
contracted? Hang on, is he still contracted?
Yeah.
Beyond this year?
Yeah.
Next year.
I think you'll get another.
You're gonna have to keep him.
Yeah.
You can look at trading him.
Yeah, they won't trade him. You're not going to get anything.
No one will want him.
You never know. Funnier things have happened, yeah?
You're fucking dreaming now. You're on the dust. You're on the dust. Shut up.
What do we do about
You're
Elijah?
on dust, bro.
No, Elijah, I think it's done.
Oh, he's on the magic sauce, that bloke. Forget about him. He's done, mate. He's got dust between his nose.
I would love Elijah to play. I thought he was.
He's the one in that midfield.
He's a different. He's a different. I hope he gets himself right, and he's one of those stories that But mate, we haven't heard anything about him, mate.
Yeah,
he just disappeared, man.
Apparently, he's in a rehab. Apparently.
Nah, my mail is that he won't play football ever again.
He got cooked.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 strikes and you're out. The bloke's going to be playing in the MLB, bro.
Yeah.
He's playing Major League Baseball soon.
I love how Andy goes straight to the spot there, man.
To the cold dust. Yeah.
My crystal ball tells me that in a few years' time he'll be running a program for the AFL.
Or for Carlton.
No, for the Elijah.
Okay.
Run rock program.
I don't know.
Why?
For the young
Why? You don't even know. Like, how can that be? How can that be the word when you don't even know if he's going to get through this? Like, he could be an absolute banana and end up bloody like Yaron.
I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt? Let's do it, and then I'll give you the benefit. At the moment, I give him nothing, mate. Seriously, if these footy players, I just want to say something about all these footy players, right? Right? They get more chances than anyone. Anyone. They get more opportunity and more money than anyone. It's enough giving them credit. No credit. Zero credit. I get credit. I get credit for going to work every day and not taking drugs, right? I get credit for looking after my family, not him. Do the good thing. Get back on the ground. Do something or become a minister. Do whatever you got to do. And then at the moment, I give him no credit, mate. I'm nothing, zero.
Am I crashing out? Hell yeah, I'm crashing out. But I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
but he's got a good brother. Like
that's what I mean. Surely he cracks his skull.
I know, man. Like they play golf. Swing the golf at his fucking face. Tell him to switch. He's a really good footy player. Like last year for 6 games, he was probably the most informed player in the league at one point.
Yeah,
6 games last year.
He was really good. Yeah. I thought he had a solid year last year. Really good year.
But also, like Rock, what we were saying the other night, where if you look at these footballers, you shouldn't pity them, all right? Because
I don't.
Because and like they've got a lifespan within the game of, let's say, a 10-year block, right? Like if you look at TDK, he went from his first contract probably 70 grand to now $1.7 million. Mate, I've never been able to do that.
No, he's definitely, and this is what I'm saying, mate, these blokes are privileged, mate. They get more opportunities than anyone in Australia. Like the opportunities they get, and then when they go down, like I'll give you one, Ben Cousins, as someone mentioned him, and good on him for like getting out of what he's getting, but he had more chances than anyone else. There are other druggies, right, who didn't get nothing. They're on the streets now. He got chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. And then after he's had like 20 chances, everyone claps him. Well done. Wait, mate, you give most of those people on the street, give them 20 chances like that, and they'll be doing good too, Like, so you know what? Yeah, they've got it hard. Yeah, players have got it hard. Life's hard, blah, blah. They got a lot. Mate, I'm telling you, mate, life's hard for everybody. Life's hard for everybody.
They live in a bubble. They live in a bubble. We know it. And they're on massive money for the age that they are, and they probably don't even appreciate just how good they've got it. And
you know why?
Because of the expectation. Because of the expectation.
They need more pucks in the face, mate, when they were young, and they would have been all right now.
I reckon.
No, but some of them can't even handle the expectation now. I mean, look at Harry earlier this year. I mean, the reason he needed personal leave was because he couldn't handle the expectation. I mean, you're on $1 million a year, mate.
Me and
Andy getting too hot in the kitchen, get out.
Me and Andy is having a massive episode, unfiltered this year. We'll just do that, Andy.
But that's the problem. That's the problem with our club and society nowadays, is that these players they're just a bit brittle. Oh, he hurt me mentally. Yeah. Oh, this happened to me. So we all have to feel sorry for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Mars, we talked about this at the start of the show. We talked about this towards the start of the show. What's the culture in that place? They've turned our players into marshmallows. They are so soft.
I'm a marshmallow.
They are so meek. They're meek. They're weak. I'm telling you, they are meek. They're weak. They're woke, and they are a fucking joke. And the quicker they get a new culture in there.
That one. What a wordsmith. Bravo, Vince.
Well,
I know. We say it every week, mate. It's the same shit every week.
And you know where it stems from?
Yeah, PK Chewies.
Did you bring them? I had some at the footy tonight.
No, I didn't bring any.
How appropriate that they're orange. How appropriate that they're orange packet.
I had this, mate. People were loving the finger.
Yeah, you were loving it. Oh, not that one lady. She didn't love it.
Been getting fingered all fucking season, brother. But we're fucked. We're actually fucked. Where the fuck is Elijah Hollins? Where is he?
We haven't heard nothing. He's like disappeared.
Is he doing
well?
You won't
even hear about him.
He must be doing well.
I guarantee you. He will go off into the sunset, and nothing will be said about him until the club says, "Oh, look, we've decided to let him, make himself better and go off to some program where he's going to have rehab and this and that and the other," and then you just never hear from him again.
Yeah, but the thing that I don't get is he's got a brother who's playing really well and who's switched on. Like, his brother can surely help him out.
Yeah, but different mothers. Different mothers, Aiden.
Mate, you can only bring the horse to the water. You can't make it drink. Have you ever heard that saying, Aiden?
No, never.
Straight past.
Now you Ollie Hollins can't stop his brother from snorting freaking whatever he's snorting unless he wants to stop.
Ollie's got his own, like, he's trying to worry about his career. I'm sure he loves his brother and wants well for him. But this bloke's got his own AFL career to worry about,
What a rock immortal. Well, he is from WA. A cop mate of mine was doing a breathalyzer test job, and Cousins ran out of his car into the Swan River to avoid it.
I remember that.
It's a true story. That is a true story.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was lauded a hero. We all
remember,
found it funny, didn't we?
Remember after his drug problems the first time, and he came back to play the first game back for the Eagles, and he was on the boundary, right? And the roar from the crowd was huge. And when he ran out, they loved him. It didn't matter what he had done before.
What I mean.
But how would you love to get a player like him with his ability? But
the ability, yes.
Exactly. He's exactly what we need.
What do you mean clean? He wouldn't have played like that if he was clean.
No, that's right. We did have one. We did have one. His name was Chris Judd.
He was too clean.
Yeah, but that was years ago.
Right now.
We are trying this team.
I reckon we're treading water now. I reckon we wrap it up.
No. Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We are.
Vince, have you had your hot chocolate?
Not yet.
Are you telling
I'll
us
have it
to go?
when I leave.
Are you telling us to go, Vince?
You told me to quit my own show.
Yeah, no, you can leave. It's time to go, Vince.
What? Yeah. Wait up.
Have I phone call?
It's time to go!
Bye, Vince. Love you, Vince. Thank you. And thank you for tonight. Thank you to everyone that watched tonight. I mean, I've got nothing else to say. Judd was not a clean skin, Mars. You think I don't know? Think about the Eve nights. Why do you think he owned Eve's, mate? Eve. But yeah,
Russian, huh?
I love this.
They're the good old Nick Russian. With
I love this one from Andy.
Feb going through his gambling issues, ruining his life, gets better. The people start loving him again, and goes and does ads for Sportsbet. AFL players are privileged. I agree.
100%, man. 100%. You know what I mean? Of course they're privileged. We know that.
Do you know Andy's actually sleeping? Yeah, he's got this app on his phone
it's intrinsically going in his mind.
No, his eyelids blink and they send messages.
He's like
Anyway, thank you for everyone that joined. Thank you for everyone that joined us in the chat, who's watching tomorrow. Even this doesn't go on Spotify. This is a YouTube exclusive. So thank you. Go the Blues. Great win tonight. Good one for the young tactics. Good one for the young players.
It's time to go!